YouTube family. It's April G. Showers back at y'all with another episode of An Hour with April G. Showers. We got Mesus in the house tonight.
Hey. What's good? What's good, everybody?
April G. Squad, fist bump. Love y'all. Let's get it. All right. First question is, give me a little bit of background on yourself, your age, family, kids, school, things like that. Whatever you're comfortable sharing.
All right. I was born in Hammond, Indiana, the same day John Lennon, this is the same day John Lennon got shot. My family's kind of from that area, from what would that be? Southeast Chicagoland area. Yeah, what else? Family. I'm married. My amazing wife is also known as Sheezus.
I love her.
Mama Mesus. She goes by many aliases. We have 2 kids, 16 and 13.
My son's 14. So.
Nice. Yeah, so you know what we're going through.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad I just got one.
Yeah, they're good, though. They're good kids. We're
good. Girls, both?
Boys, 2 boys.
Did you graduate school, go to college, or anything like that?
No, I didn't do very good in school. I dropped out. I actually didn't make it through junior high, and then I don't know. My mom basically didn't want me around home, so she got sick of me, and somehow I was placed back into the high school that I was supposed to be. I literally got pulled out of school in 8th grade, and somehow went into. I never graduated from 8th grade, but somehow ended up in high school, and then I made it about another 2 years in that, and just wasn't getting anywhere in that. I ended up having a opportunity to go to a boot camp / GED program, and I went to it, and it was probably the best thing that happened to me because it really helped me get on the right track. Even though when I got back out of it, I got wrapped right back up in the same stuff, and even worse, to be honest. But
yeah,
I did end up going back later, much later, like 10 years later. I went back and got a little bit of college credits for like business stuff. I wanted to learn more about business, so I took some business courses, but that's about it for school.
Okay. Have you always known you wanted to be a rapper? If not, when did you know? And if not, what did you want to be when you were growing up?
When I was a kid, like a little kid, I used to play I used to love basketball. Basketball was my thing. Like, you couldn't catch me without a basketball. I literally would bring it with me to places that people were like, why the hell, why is he on basketball?
Sitting in church.
Yeah, like for real. Like, it was just sitting in the car with me. It was like some kids have like a teddy bear or whatever they had, whatever, their toy figure. Mine was a basketball. Like, it was just, I just brought it with me. And I just loved playing basketball. And I'd played for the schools, the junior highs. And I remember like I was going to go into high school, and there was like a high school summer camp. At the camp I went to that I paid for out of my own money and all this stuff. I went to this camp, and the freshman coach, he like called me out on like some play that I did that was like a really good play. I mean, not to like what I'm not trying to be whatever, but it was like a totally like, I wasn't being a showboat, and it was just a good play. And he stopped the game and made like a big deal about it, and it just made me like not want to play for him. He was the freshman coach, so it was like the guy I was gonna end up having to play for. It was kind of like the last straw.
So he made a big deal out of it in a negative way.
Yeah, so it was kind of like the last little nudge I needed to really change directions fully. And I guess my dream for basketball, if you will, kind of like died there. And so like I got wrapped up in a bunch of stuff, and right around the same time, I was like 12, 13, I think, whenever like spit my like first freestyle. But at the time, it was just something to do. Like I just did it. My friends were all like, "Wow, that's crazy." I had a few that rapped, and they were all like, "Man, that's dope," you know. But like, I didn't really think nothing of it. Like in a like, I'm gonna do this for a living.
Right. You didn't take it seriously.
No, it wasn't. It was something fun. But I will say, when Nas dropped his second album, he dropped the message. And I remember when I hit play on that, I remember where I was at and everything. And that beat was like kind of like how I just said, like that situation that happened in the gym with like the coach and all that. And like that was kind of like where I think my love to want to be a hooper, I guess, so to speak, kind of like dream kind of died. It was almost like I remember where my dream kind of started, even though at the time I had no idea really. I just like fell in love with rap music, like the music, not rappers, not the lyric. I felt like home in a beat, you know, like I felt like that was like when you know what I'm saying?
That'd be a good line in a song.
Yeah, well, that's kind of why, you know, I got pissed off when I got called a guest. Cause like, boy, I ain't no guest, dude. This is my home. This is where I'm from. Like, this is me. So that was kind of the beginning of it. And then, but so here's the funny full circle thing about the coach that I gotta tell you. Maybe 5-6 years ago, right? So this is so long ago from when that happened. Like, I'm at one of my homies' kids' games, and I'm watching these kids play, and there's this one kid that just stands out like crazy. I'm like, this kid is different. This kid is special. Like he's just running. I mean, it's not even the talent level is not even comparable to the rest of the kids out on the court, right? And he's like Steph Curry out there. Like that's what he's doing to these kids. So I said, you know what? I gotta say something to this kid because of that coach.
Yeah.
No joke. Because of that coach, I was like, you know what? Because I kind of regret that. I'm not gonna lie. Like I look back and be like, because I didn't even try out. Like I didn't even try out for the team. I walk up this kid, he don't know me. And I say, hey, look, I know you don't know me. I know this might be a little kind of weird or something. I said, but don't ever put that ball down. Don't you ever put that ball down. I'm like, you're special. You got a gift. And no matter what anybody does, no matter what nobody says, you got a gift. Don't ever put that ball down. You're different. You're good.
That's
you know,
awesome.
like you. But watch this. I tell him that. I go out in the hallway to wait for my homie while he's going to get his kid. And I see the kid walking through the hallway. And then he's walking with his dad. Guess who his dad is?
The coach. Holy mother.
How crazy is life, right? I was
like,
I just shook my head. I didn't even say nothing to the dude. I didn't even look. I'm sure he wouldn't even recognize me at this
God
point.
God works in mysterious ways.
Amen. I looked up at this. I did. I looked up in the ceiling, kind of just shook my head like, wow, you funny for that one, God. I kind of at this point was beginning to kind of, I'd say, see the promise of the dream coming. I think when I started taking it serious is when I got out that boot camp thing I told you about.
Yeah.
When I got out of that, and it was because I didn't take it serious because it was like, of course, my homies are gonna like, oh, court. It didn't really resonate with me till I went into a boot camp surrounded by nobody knew me, a bunch of dudes. Like everybody in there was for like crime stuff, bunch of hood dudes. And this is pre-Eminem, so you know, white boys didn't really have a lot of respect.
Right.
And I just remember stepping into a cipher that was going on not right after child break, and
you had an 8 Mile moment.
I just stepped in, and I swear you could. It was like the record style, like everybody just looked at me like, "What the hell?" And when I left that place, I had a whole new like confidence, like, "Shit, I might actually have something." I guess you know, right. And that's really the beginning of where I started to like, man, shit. I already loved doing it. I was like, man, maybe this be, but I was still wrapped up in street shit. It took me a couple years to kind of get away from that, and I found God, and that's when I really like was like, all right, I think this is what God wants me to do. But it was a long road. It still took a long.
You're my age, right?
I am 40.
Well, I just turned 41 in October. What month were you born?
December 8th.
I'm just
days around the corner.
2 months older than you. So.
Correct.
Next question. Do you play any instruments?
Don't. I started to learn piano when I was a kid, and then I started messing around with guitar, and I just could never put the basketball down long enough to care. I just couldn't. It's facts.
Do you do any producing?
I did. When I first started like getting into rap, I had the whole bit. I had drum machines and I just as the internet kind of made beats more accessible. It just made it. I mean, writing is definitely my strong point, and
Mine too.
yeah, man. I actually like. I'm really wanting to get my hands back into it though, because just for the fun of it, like I enjoyed making beats, and I felt like I always came up with more creative cadences when I made beats.
Yeah, yeah. I can see that.
And again, I'll say, and I know it. There's artists that can rap circles. I don't know if rap circles around me or whatever, but you know what I mean. Like I'm not naive. Like I know there's more talented artists than I am or whatever when it comes to just stuff, and I'm cool with that. You know, like I see you got Tech back there. I see you got Crip back there. Like Tech, them boys can spit like, you know what I mean. I'm not doing that, and then,
Yeah.
so to some people they might think I'm trash because I don't rap 9,000 words a second. You know what I mean?
You
And
can chop. You can
yeah, I mean,
chop.
I could do it, but I don't do it all the time. You know, I barely do.
So
I barely do. So it's like, you know, that's what I mean. And people, you know how people are. They hear one song and judge your whole career. I mean, they
right.
you know, they hear 15 seconds or something on TikTok and think they got my whole life figured out or where, you know, I mean, people don't understand. That's another thing. People see, you know, 1 million views or they see 1 million streams or whatever. Like, oh, they have no idea how much money I just spent $1,000 in 2 days on studio time. $1,000 in 2 days.
Yeah, and see, that's like, right now my channel is still so small that my biggest paycheck I've ever received from YouTube is $157.
YouTube, people think people are balling. You know what I mean? And it's like,
No,
I mean, you
no.
can make a living. Don't get me wrong, but it's
Oh
not like,
yeah, but
I mean,
you have
unless
to
you
have patience and you have to grind your fucking ass off. You know what I mean?
absolutely. And the thing is, you know, I 75% of my studio time is recording. You
Right,
know, and then another
right.
25%. So that's why I say I shake my head because I look back, I'm like, man, I could have saved myself so much money. But I mean,
Yeah.
it is. You get the other thing that you don't get when you're by yourself is, you know, that professional coaching of an engineer who, you know, might pull something out of you that you otherwise wouldn't find. You know, they show you how to do something, or
Right.
why don't you try saying it this way instead of that, you know, because you keep tripping up over it this way, or, you know, da da da. And I was blessed enough to work with, you know, really, I've only worked with like 3 engineers my whole career of, or whatever you want to call it, my whole pursuit of doing this music thing. Since like '04, I worked with one engineer until about 2017 when he retired. And then the guy that he kind of coached and kind of took under his wing to kind of take his place was the guy that I started recording with until I moved down here to St. Louis. And so this guy I'm working with is like the third dude, and I'm just blessed.
What are your thoughts on reactors, reactions, and bar breakdowns? Because to me, there's a difference between reaction and bar breakdown.
Okay. Um, well, I put it this way. I like reactors who I know what you mean. I think I know what you mean by that. I think the more someone breaks a song down, the better.
I mean, you know how much I love breaking bars down and some shit. I
That's
probably
true.
make the longest videos on YouTube with bar
Yes, you
breakdown.
do. Yes, you absolutely do. But
Ah,
But that's what's up, because it's, I mean, you love what you do. I'd rather watch a 30-minute video than one that's 30 seconds longer than my song. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
That shit drives me crazy. It's like they hit play, let it ride all the way through, stop it once, and then can let it play again. And all right, y'all. Well, that was Mesus. Like and subscribe, and just like, dog, why'd I even waste my time watching this shit?
Right.
Like, so it's like, it's you are passionate about what you do. I think that is evident and very clear to everybody. At the end of the day, like a reactor to me, I guess there are like funny people, right? Like they're funny, they're entertaining, and like they're not really there to like explain what the song's about or blah blah blah. They're just more like there to enjoy the experience themselves.
A personality.
Yeah, they're kind of here at the song, kind of like a commentator during a fight, a game or something, you know. They're not really there to like, but that's the thing is like a lot of times you have like both sides of that when there's a game. You know, you got like the guy who kind of is just like if you're, I'm sure you're familiar, like John Madden, if you ever like really what that guy was just like he kind of like it's like he didn't even really, it's not that he didn't know what he was talking about, because obviously the guy was a coach. I mean, but he knew what he was talking about, but it's like by the time he was doing it, I feel like he was kind of almost so out there. Like he said some of the wackiest shit. And then you got the other guy that just kind of like reeled him back in and like, okay, well let's actually talk about what just happened there, you know? Because he'll be like talking about the most like crazy shit that ain't even got nothing to do with the game. And
right.
so I think both are necessary. Or both are cool, I guess I should say. But if I had to take my preference of like which one I prefer on mine, at least on my music, 10 times out of 10, I'm gonna say I would rather have someone who's breaking it down, because to me, I put so much time and effort and energy into like what I do. I'm interested to hear what people
if people understand it.
Yeah, if they know what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I try to tell people, because you know I get comments all the time. You pause too much, you talk too much, blah 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 blah. And you know I've tried to explain to people, you know, I'm a writer, you know, and no, I'm not a professional. I am in no way, shape, or form at the level of you, Crip, Adam, Calhoun, King Bliss, none of anybody really. And people have still reacted though to my stuff.
Nice.
And I would much rather, like you said, when you take the time and effort to write these lyrics down, you know, and then you watch someone just sit there and bob their head and go, damn, or whatever. And then the song ends, and then they either are like, that was dope, or that was all right, or that wasn't my thing, or whatever it may be. And then, you know, like you said, like, share, comment, subscribe, bye. And I'm just like, you literally did not even.
Yeah.
Especially when it's a song where I like pour my fucking heart out in it. You know what I mean?
Right. And it's just people, I think, looking for easy content, you know. Another way of me knowing like really who's doing it for, and let's be honest, I mean, obviously everybody's got to try to get paid. Some people do it for the love, other people do it for the love of the money, you know, and it is what it is, you know. And you know, I know, because I see people that react to everything, you know, whether my video got, you know, 100,000 views or 1,000,000 views. And then there's the ones that never react unless it's you know, one of them
it like blows up.
Yeah, unless it's one of them viral joints. It's on its way over 1 mil, you know. You know, I can kind of read through it, but I just look at it like, some people are more entertainment minded and some people are more kind of art minded. The people that really kind of, I think, are going to excel, are the ones that can learn how to kind of balance that,
Exactly.
and that's why I meant about like commentators and games. That's why you kind of had those. A lot of times you got those guys that balance each other out. You got the super analytical kind of dry whatever guy, and then you got John Madden, who's just like, he's damn near like a drunk guy out there. He's just kind of like, he's almost like a stand, like he just grabbed some guy out of the stands and was like, let's just make it entertaining too, so it's like, when people can have both of those, that's when I think you got kind of like lightning in a jar kind of thing. Me, because I'm an artist, of course I'm gonna want to hear someone who's like really appreciative of the art, but I don't get like too bent out of shape about it anymore. If I see people that hit play and nod their head a little bit, woo, wow, and then I don't really get too bent out of shape about it because it's just like, all right, that's just not the same type of
Right.
person
Exactly. I say in a lot of my reactions, I say, if you're new to my channel, I am a bar breakdown channel.
Yeah.
So if you
Oh,
don't
yeah.
like a lot of pauses,
Yeah.
then unfortunately I am
Yeah.
not the channel for you,
Right. I've heard you say it. Yeah. You don't
Yeah.
like it. You're like, you don't
Oh
like it. Don't
yeah.
care.
I say if I don't like it, deuces. I mean,
Yep.
I'm going all the way back. Don't like it, deuces.
Yeah.
I've said that in a couple of your songs, but
Absolutely. I've heard you say it.
but it's just I guess maybe because I am a writer. Because when I went to Crips Cookout, I saw firsthand how hard y'all work. Like like the music video for the Cookout Cipher. Holy fuck! There were 17 artists in it,
Mm-hmm.
and oh my god, I'm like, this is crazy. And then to think after all that work, then someone has to edit it, you know, and yeah,
That's another reason why I like the people that really pay attention and break shit down because that I edit every video, so it's
yeah.
it's it's
So
not just
you do
all.
all your editing?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Wow. And see, that takes a lot longer than what people realize too. I mean, editing's a bitch.
And I just forced myself to learn that.
Yeah.
Guest. I
Yeah.
edited guest, and that was the first video I ever edited, and it went crazy. And I was like,
Really?
uh-huh.
That's crazy.
I already had wrote that song because I had heard an interview prior to the whole Eminem Nick Cannon thing, the invitation or whatever to kick kind of the viral thing off. But and my song was just chilling. Guest was I already had that row recorded. That was something that was gonna go on my Eracism album. It was just chilling, and then when he said that shit and it went viral, like the whole like invitation thing took off. I hit up a homie like, yo, we gotta shoot a video like now. And I
Yeah.
shot it. I
Yeah.
shot it and I sat up for like 2 days straight. I legit didn't I had it on my friend's computer. I didn't even have a computer. I have a Final Cut on I got a Mac and I use that now, but like I didn't even know what the hell I was doing. I said, show me how to cut and that's I'll figure the rest out. And like he just showed, and I was up for literally like over two. I think I was up for like 50 hours straight or something editing, and then I dropped it, and I didn't know shit about release times or I just sent it because I was
Yeah.
like, and I actually passed out. I like posted and passed out, and I woke up and the shit was already at like 100K or some shit. I was like, oh shit. I was
Yeah.
like, all
Holy
right,
fuck.
I think it's gonna work. And then it kind of did what it did, and then I started getting wrapped up into the stands, everybody
Yeah.
everybody was like calling me a stan, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck, like, nah, man, like, I'm like, I didn't even do this because of Eminem. Like, I did this, like, did you listen to the song? Did you hear what I was saying? Like, this ain't got, and that's why I made home, because I was like, okay, you think I'm like just, and I got it because it was like it was a battle kind of going on, and my song wasn't really a battle song. It was a more like a point. Like I was trying to make a point. And then I was like, oh, okay, so you want me to just diss this? So then I dissed them. And then what people don't know is that actually Black and White. I wrote Black and White right after that, but I didn't drop.
Fucking love Black and White.
Thank
Oh, that is like, which I love all of your songs that I've listened to, reacted to, and I'm not just saying that, like fucking all of, but Black and White music, I love
you.
that.
Music's probably my favorite song.
Oh, I love it so much. Of course, Free Depression.
Yeah.
You know, because I can relate so much to it. And I know that had to take so much out of you, but also it was probably very therapeutic for you
4 days.
as
I wrote that over 4 days. I locked myself in my apartment. I was living in this shithole, freaking terrible place. Like it was very bad. But I didn't leave for
so
4 days.
how long was it after you wrote Free Depression that you released it as a song?
Like immediately. I really
really?
I took 4 days well actually what's kind of weird is I was in church just praying one day and I heard like the word in my like head or heart or however you want. I heard it inside of me. I heard the word like free depression and I just wrote it down on a piece of paper.
This is crazy.
And then just kept praying. Like I instantly like knew what the word meant in my head, but I didn't obviously have like the poem wrote or anything yet, which to me that's a poem. It's not really a song. But
same thing.
Yeah, true. But I it was a long time. It was like probably months before I ever wrote it. And then I just knew one day I was sitting in my apartment and I started to like write it. And what a lot of people I don't think I've ever said is I didn't write that like from beginning to end. I wrote that in like these weird like blurts. Like it was like all these like random, it was like 10 different pages of shit that I wrote and then just kind of like it just
put it all together.
It kind of all just came together. And then I had to get that whole thing was God. Like literally, I had never done it before. I never sat down and for 4 days didn't leave my place. I just finished that. And then the video guy who shot it for me charged me $800 and which is a pretty good deal honestly for a video, and this was before I was editing, so that was like shoot it and edit. And so he did me a deal because he just like I told him what it was about and I was like, bro, just give me the best deal you can, like. And so he's like, all right, I'll do it for like 8. And I said, all right, bet. And what's crazy is I had no money. I was like broke, like super broke. And the landlord asked me if I wanted to paint one of the units in the building, and he offered me $800 to do it. Like I didn't have any.
That's not God.
Yeah.
What else could it be?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And then like even the place we shot at, that bridge, I didn't have no that's like an active drawbridge and like an active like I didn't have any, what do they call, permits or anything to go there. It was in broad daylight. You can see the police department from the bridge. Right. Like everything we did, and it was like boats went by. Also, it was like we were ghosts. Like we were there, nothing happened. We got in, we got out. Like got the video edited and released, and I released it on National Suicide Awareness Day.
Yep.
I put it out on Facebook. I put it on YouTube on the videographer's channel, and it didn't really do a lot on YouTube, but it did like 25,000 the first day.
Wow.
on Facebook. And that's really when I would say that's honestly when I first got any kind of following. And then to like 2 weeks after that, I dropped Rap Jesus, and that went kind of more.
That's the Kill Shot Rap Devil.
Kill Shot, right? Yeah. And that was
Yeah.
the first Mesus like release. That was the first song I ever dropped going by the name Mesus. So I started going by Mesus around like 2017, I guess. Then it was on his YouTube forever. And
but it wasn't on your YouTube
nope,
until
it wasn't doing anything on his though. And I couldn't like live with it anymore because of the message. And
yeah.
I was like, this I can't like I gotta put this out on my channel. And so I did, and you know, now it's at like coming close to 500,000 or something. So
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm grateful that the climb has been like gradual and steady enough and slow enough at the same time to kind of appreciate, meeting people like you and some of the other like Buddha's a good homie of mine, and Alpha Tyler,
Yeah.
and some of
Who's
the
Buddha?
Buddha Slim. You don't know who Buddha Slim is? Oh man, that's the
I
homie.
might, but if I do, I'm not thinking of him
Yeah,
right.
he's a reactor. Yeah,
Is that the name of his channel?
I think so. So he was the camera guy with me and Burden. The joint Burden and I are on.
Dictator? Or
No,
no?
not Dictator.
I hadn't heard the one.
Riot for me.
If you and Burden did a song together where Burden rapped as well, I hadn't heard it yet. So
You ever heard Riot for me? Oh wow, that was the one. That was the first song we ever did. That one went crazy.
no,
Yeah, you should go
I've
react to
been,
that.
I had the stroke and I haven't been able to do reactions as much. I've been more active on TikTok because those videos are less than 60 seconds
Well,
and
TikTok's the way to go right now.
yeah, and I can lay back, do my TikToks and
Yep.
elevate my feet, you know what I'm saying? And you know how I do reactions. I mean, I'll sit here 2 fucking hours and do one song. So yeah, you know, I'm so behind on reactions, and it bothers me. It bothers me a lot. Number one, for my subscribers. Number two, for the artists, especially the ones who really, like my reactions, and watching my reactions. And then number three, it's my only income to provide for my child. But I do comedy on TikTok. I love
TikTok,
it.
I'll check it out. I love TikTok. Like
I love it.
TikTok is definitely the best way for people to grow right now, no question about it. It should be almost illegal how easy it is to really grow. I mean,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
crazy
TikTok is
because
really, really a great play, and the crossover ratio is amazing. It's definitely a good platform for sure. Like
I love TikTok. It's crazy. I created my account a while back, but I never was active. And then I started being really active on it in April. And I'm up to 6,000 followers already. And that's like good for me,
yeah,
because it took me shit a year and a half
yeah,
to get to 6,000 subscribers on
on
YouTube.
YouTube. Yeah, no, it's a very, which is still very good. YouTube is a very hard platform to grow on
It is.
because you can't really share. In my opinion, it's really not even like social media. It's a
Right.
website. Obviously, you can be socially active on it and blah blah blah. So it is like social media, but it's not like Facebook
It's
or
not the same, yeah.
no, it's not because it's really just a video uploading website. That's really all it is, except for obviously people can comment. So it's not as easy to grow as it is on like a true social media platform like a Facebook or an Instagram or a thing where people can tag right away or share. So TikTok is the route. I tell everybody, I tell anybody who's trying to do any of this, like anything on anything, any kind of content creator, whether they're a rapper or whatever the hell they do. I tell everyone, I'm like, TikTok, go to
The
TikTok.
only thing about TikTok is really you can't really do reactions, you know.
But what you can't do is
but
share
what I
snippets.
do is share like clips
Yep.
and say, up on my YouTube channel.
You could also do what?
Most of my content is comedy.
Okay.
I do stand-up comedy. I love it though. I love comedy, and it helps greatly with my depression and PTSD and stuff. That's another thing I wanted to say to you is, as someone who has struggled with mental illness since I was 15, probably younger than that, but that's when it really, really started affecting me, like my life and stuff. I so appreciate artists like you who also struggle with it and allow themselves to be raw and vulnerable and real and just say, yeah, I struggle with this. Yes, I did this shit. I went through this shit. But now look at me. I came out on the other side. I still struggle, but it gives people who have no voice a voice. It helps people who also struggle not feel so alone. And as I said to Crip, like when I write, things, because most of the things I write are pretty deep and raw and emotional and stuff, and not everything, but most of the stuff I write. And like Crip said, it's a catch-22 because it's like I feel not as alone, but at the same time, it sucks because I don't want other people to feel the shit that I feel. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Well, and there's this scary, like, and I've talked about it. Artists that make music like that talk about it, like it's also like it's this sick cycle. I talked about it in music. It's like it's like the music helps you, but then it's like, when you feel validated by that kind of stuff because so many people relate to it or so many people feel encouraged by it or whatever, then you almost feel like this pressure to recreate or continue to give people that, I guess, so to speak, whatever that might look like or mean. And then like what happens is like you almost feel guilty about like getting better, so then it's like this sick cycle, and it's crazy because then like well, you get better, you start making happier music or something and art that reflects that, and then people are like, oh, I don't give a shit, man, make raw music, and it's like
you can never satisfy everybody,
No, yeah, but it's like almost like, damn, dog, appreciate the love, bro. Glad you're happy for me, like it's like the fuck, dude. Like I'm sorry. Like I don't want to kill myself anymore. Like fucking like it's crazy because I mean I try to actually read as much of the comments as I can. Me shit. Too. And it's tough because it's like sometimes like it's so crazy. Hard. Yeah. It's so crazy because like you get it's weird how the mind works, but you can get 99 comments of love and one fucking asshole, and then for whatever reason, it's like that one asshole's comment means more.
My brain goes straight to
well, and our brains do that. Like I said in news, like our brains literally do that. They look for the negative because it's a protective mechanism. It's supposed to be. Just like as a parent, you like kind of you scan areas when you're out, like kind of like just as a
hypervigilance,
for your kids, like whatever. So it's the same thing. It's like our brain does that, just like without us even thinking. You have to learn how to like bounce your brain off of that and focus back on the positives, because our mind looks for that, and then, like I said in news, our brain looks for the negative And since it does, they make sure they keep us fed with it, and that's why the news is always negative, negative, negative.
That's why I don't watch the shit.
Yeah, exactly. That's a lot of reason why a lot of people don't read their comments, and then people get pissed because they're like, "Oh, you change, you don't," and it's like, and plus it's just volume. That's another thing. I mean, at a certain point, people have to understand, like,
it's impossible to read
literally
a million comments.
Yeah, how are you supposed to read 10,000 comments that's on like just your most recent video or whatever? And I don't get 10,000, but whatever, on like maybe something really viral I might or whatever. But it's like, how am I supposed to read all those and keep up with Instagram and keep with all social media and continue to make content?
Right.
Which then is going to get more comments. More. It's like it's like you say, you can't please everybody, but I understand why some artists, because of both reasons, like I said, straight up just the volume amount, which is just literally impossible to keep up with, but also because of that negative ass piece of shit that says something and then it just ruins your whole day, or it makes you just spiral into like this crazy ass pointless, never-ending argument with a troll that's not even gonna, like, you know what I mean? It's gonna do nothing but waste your life, you know. So it's like one of the.
And you're giving them what they want, because all they want is your attention and your reaction, you know.
And then I feel like, and here's the other thing. Then I feel like even more of a piece of shit if I do that, because it's like, hold on. So I'm gonna heart all these people showing love. But then when somebody has something negative to say, now I'm going to use my time to comment and stuff instead of like commenting to the people showing love, you know, and saying something, which again, you know, it's just crazy how, like you said, and then a lot of times like, well, I'm responding because I'm like defending myself on this, whatever. But it's like, then I got to think to myself, why in the world do I feel like I got to defend myself to some fucking dude I don't even know or whatever? You know what I mean? Like, don't know me.
Exactly.
You know, I got a family, I got kids, I got life, I got content for people that do love me that I need to be focused on creating. So I've learned, like my hoodie, like, not to shameless plug, right? Whatever. But no, I'm just kidding. But
no, like, it's good. What does it say? Like,
it's the feed the love, starve the hate.
Oh, you know,
yeah. That's my mantra. Like, that is literally the way I functionally make it through this fucking sewer called the internet.
Like, you know, my reaction to Darkness by Eminem, that's my most viewed reaction. It's up to like almost 48,000 views, which is good. Awesome. That's good for my little channel, you know.
48,000 views is a lot of views. We get, you know, it's almost, we get jaded. And I mean, no, the internet changes a lot of things. I always tell like people, like, you guys, so what, 7,000 you said subs, or 8?
I have 8,000, 8.72K.
Okay.
I've been trying to get to 10K forever.
Hey, don't worry about like a number. Just keep doing your thing, and then the numbers will do what they do.
Yeah.
But it's just like, that's 8,000 people. You know what I mean? If 8,700 people were standing in front of you, that's a shit ton of people. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like, we get kind of numb to this shit because we see, you know, these people that get millions of this or millions of that or whatever. But it's like,
you know what's crazy? I just looked up, because you said that, my city's population is 7,643 people.
I was gonna say the same thing. I was gonna say there's,
so I have more subscribers than there are people in my entire city.
There you go.
I've never even looked at it like that.
And you know what's
crazy?
See, there you go. And that's what I mean. Like, I don't look at it like a number ever. I look at those, that's people to me. You know, that's 100 and, you know, whatever mine's at, people. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a number, you know, and that's what keeps me grounded, first of all, but also like centered and focused. Like, this is something I'm entrusted with. It's not work to me. This is not work to me. When they say, when you have a calling, you never retire. And like, that's
exactly
what I like. This is my calling. It just happens to be on YouTube, this many people I have reached so far. I don't look at it like followers or this or that. That I don't do that. I don't do
Yeah,
that. When you
I've
say
had
48,000 is a lot for my channel, no, 48,000 is a lot, period. Like, it's a lot, period. You know what I mean? It's 8,000 people, almost nine, is a lot, period. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a lot of people, you know, because we always compare ourselves to our peers. So you have to remember your peers are, you know, content creators or whatever. But like when you look at people on a whole, there ain't a lot of people on a whole that got 8,000, 9,000, however you want to look at it at this point, checking in on what you're doing on a monthly basis.
Right.
How many
Right.
people can say that? So, you know, again, like even on the music thing, when you're saying, you know, don't beat yourself up because you're doing a lot and you're doing it with, you know, circumstances that a lot of people are not, you know, are not dealing with on a daily basis, you know. Well, I'm sorry, you were saying the Eminem Darkness video.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
I'm always like, that's why I'm trying to shift gears back on my own career into that. Like, I'm all about the positive. Like, I'm all about, like, you know what I mean? The devil does enough work beating our ass every day. I'm not gonna do his job for him. The way I look at it, like I did that my whole life, and I'm not gonna do the devil's work to other people either. That's really the biggest thing that I'm learning because with all this racial tension, with all this the gay versus straight, with all the Republican versus Democrat, and now watch it's gonna be two-way versus
Backs versus non-back.
Yeah, it's gonna be two-way versus non-two-way now because all this, you know what, stuff that I ain't gonna say in the channel because I don't want to see your stuff get hurt. What I'm talking about though. So like with that case that just happened. So it's they can't help. All they want to do is find ways to divide us.
Oh, you talking about Rittenhouse?
Yeah, I'm not trying to be, you know, a piece of that chess game to be, you know, doing the devil's work. We live in an amazing time in history where we have the opportunity to be light in the darkness. Like we really do, because darkness it's so dark. It's so dark.
Man, yes.
So it's like, I mean, that's what's crazy is a lot of people look at me and they're like, man, you're this godly influence or whatever. I'm like, nah, I'm really not. We just in such a dark world that a dude like me looks like, because I'm not afraid to say I believe in Jesus. Like just that alone is like, wow, he's such a holy guy. It's like, no, I'm not, dog. Are you serious? Listen to some of my lyrics. You know?
That's one thing that kills me is like, I've never understood it. Is like, if you say God, you know, most people don't really say anything.
Right.
Once you bring up Jesus, it's automatic. You're like a religious freak, or you know, it's religion. I'm not religious at all. I don't consider myself religious. I consider myself spiritual, and I think it's two completely different things. I don't like man-made organized religion. That's just me. You know, I don't judge others who practice it, whatever your religion. I respect it. It's fine. I mean, I grew up in church, but I've had some experiences, and that's just me. I have three core beliefs that I believe what it's all about. One is your personal relationship with God and Jesus. Two, how you treat others. And three, striving to do what's right, to do good to the best of your ability every single day. And every single day, you're going to fail in some way because you are human.
Right.
But what's important is you learn from your bad choices and your mistakes. You ask for forgiveness, and then you try your best not to repeat it. You know what I mean? Like those are my three core beliefs.
You know, it's just amazing to me because we just live in such a wicked time, really, that, you know, I'm not a bad guy. I'm not, and I do believe in born again. Like I do believe that's a real thing. I do
Me
believe
too.
I think that's what it generally boils down to. I think when you take it all the way to born again, that's when I think you really hit the root of the issue. Eternal life or eternal death. It's not about right or wrong at the end of the day. Now, if you're saved or born again, I should say, then you should live in a new way. You'd be a new creation. And so now the right or wrong thing should start to work itself out. Like you were just saying, you try harder, you ask for forgiveness, you start to become a child of God instead of a child of this world. And it's gonna, your fruit is gonna be your evidence and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I think that is the case with my life because my fruit of the life I live is the evidence at this point because the way I carry myself compared to the way I did 20 years ago. So I know what people mean when they say that, but it still blows my mind because I'm like, damn, bro, like I'm so far from like, uh, at least the way that the last couple years that I would say my popularity has rose, a lot of the things that I've said, and I know it's people want to validate it because people are angry, people are, they feel the same way, and I'm angry about righteous shit. I would say for sure. It's not like I'm angry about whatever, but it still ain't godly. You know what I mean? The Bible I read says love my enemy. Not cuss them out and say I wouldn't mind if he's in a ditch and all this other stuff that I'm doing. So it's like when I and that's the good thing is I don't measure myself on Christ is my standard. And so when people say it, I appreciate it because it makes me feel like, okay, I guess I'm but I always hope like I hope that I can in some way, shape, or form tell people, okay, don't stop here though. Like I'm glad that I encouraged you to want to get back in church, or I'm glad I encouraged you to want to pick up a Bible, or I'm glad I encouraged you to pray for the first time in X many years, or I'm glad I encouraged you and pointed you towards Jesus, but don't stop with my standard, I guess is what I'm saying. Don't look at me and think I'm the standard because I am so far missing the mark. I'm the dude that can totally fuck it all up in a quick second. You know what I mean? Maybe not the way I used to. Definitely not the way I used to, I should say. But that still doesn't mean it's like it's not the bar to measure to. Like Jesus is the bar you want to measure to. Not a preacher, not a pastor. That's not even throwing those stones because there's a lot of great preachers and pastors out there. But like not,
they're Granny humans just like we are.
Exactly. Not Granny down the street that prays 17 hours a day, from the second she wakes. Hey, Granny down the street still knows how to gossip. She still knows how to whatever. You know what I mean? Like we all got our pet sins, we all got our issues, and that's something. Like I said, I really hope and pray that I don't lose people because not like not like I said earlier about numbers. It's not that. I mean, I hope I don't lose I feel like I've gained some years. I've gained some people who I can have an impact and influence over. And I hope I don't lose them. Like, I think people need to hear what they don't want to hear.
Yep.
People need to hear uncomfortable truths about like how we should act in times like this with people we disagree with and things like that.
Oh yeah, I agree 100%. In order to grow, you have to learn how to get out of your comfort zone and be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I learned that in rehab, and I learned so much in rehab. I'm so grateful I went. So Darkness, I at that time, that was in January of 2020 when that album released. So I had only been reacting for 2 months. And I've learned everything by myself as I've gone. My sons helped me some, but I didn't even know how to pull videos up for the longest with my reactions. It was just me listening to the audio. So I didn't even react to the video of Darkness. I just reacted to the audio. And because, I was in the school shooting and everything, I'm very, I have PTSD. I'm very hypervigilant. So within the first 30, 45 seconds of the song, I could hear gun sounds, like someone loading a gun or something. And I paused it and I was like, wait a minute, what's he talking about? And so I went back and then I listened again and then I paused it again and I went, oh no. He's talking about the Vegas shooting, not a mass shooting song. I was just like, no, and that one, and then How Could You Leave Us by NF. Those two were my most difficult reactions I've ever done, but also oddly enough, my favorite reactions I've ever done.
They hit home, that's the music people tell me that means the most to them is it hit home. And that song, I knew people at that Vegas shooting.
I'm sorry.
I didn't know people. I don't know anyone who died, but I know people. I was living in Cali, and so they left from the LA area to go to that concert. That was a crazy thing. I respect them, and obviously we don't line up on the political side of things,
right.
But at the end of the day, like, that's what America's supposed to be. He can say what he wants to say. I can say what I want to say, and we can still shake hands. And all right, dog, like, that's kind of the way I grew up. I still got a gang of respect for him as an artist and everything he's done in hip hop. And
well, he's my number one. He's
one of the greatest, no question about it. I don't think I'll ever be able to really put like someone on the top, because I don't feel like art was ever intended to be a competition. You know what I mean?
I get you.
So I can't really look at anybody. Now, you can always have a favorite, like, and that makes total sense to me.
Yeah.
But like, I don't think there's ever, like, everybody's the GOAT. I don't think there is a GOAT. There ain't a GOAT. There's no GOAT, because it's art.
Right.
It's art. Art ain't supposed to be a competition. It only became that when people started selling it and putting a price tag on it, and then
the diss tracks, are.
Well, hip hop's got a competitiveness, a very competitive genre in music.
And I love that. I mean, as long as it stays in the music. Now, once it starts going out of the music, I don't want any part of it. You know what I mean?
You don't want nobody getting hurt, but
no.
It's one of them things that at the same time, it's like, I'm all for it. I grew up in the battle rap scene, and shit, I got called Eminem more times, or B Rabbit or whatever, So, I'm all about the battle life. And I guess from that perspective, from the battle rap, that's kind of an interesting thing. But then again, you have battle of the bands and stuff like that. There's people that can win specific narrowed down competitions, like battle
The
rap
Voice, American Idol.
Exactly. Yeah. But overall, I don't think I don't think you can really put like the best rapper, because it's like, how you grading it. There's so many different ways that you could grade the best rapper.
I always have said, and I've said it in numerous videos, is if you get mad at someone just because their top 5 or top 10 isn't what your top 5 or top 10 is, that is absolutely petty, ignorant, ridiculous. And I always compare it to, that'd be like me saying, all right, Mesus, what's your favorite color? You say red, and then I say, oh, well, you're trash, you're wrong, and you're stupid because your favorite color ain't black like mine. Like, how dumb is that? That's dumb.
Same.
And so, I never Well, I'm not going to say I never judge people by their top 5 because
That's funny.
that would be a lot.
I look at it like food. I love eating, and so to me, I always put it like food. It's like, you know what I mean?
Right.
There's so many different styles of food. It's like there's so many different styles of music, and then you have different styles within those styles. Everybody's got their own taste buds, you know what I mean? And people might have their preferences for a whole slew of reasons. People appreciate different things. Like you said, you appreciate content, you appreciate substance. Some people don't. Some people appreciate something that just makes them feel good. You know what I mean? Some people.
And I like those songs too. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I always.
But you're just not gonna say they're the best. That's what you're gonna say. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm just a sucker for substance, and I always say this song is a perfect example. In the Club by 50 Cent. You can find me in the club, bottle full of bud. I mean, who don't love that song?
Some shit just makes you bop,
That's the shit, and I'm a motherfucking PIMP. I don't know what you heard about me,
That's hilarious.
No substance, but they're fucking great songs. Love them. But then 50 Cent has songs like Many Men, with substance,
Many Men.
I love it. Wish Death Upon Me. And Patiently Waiting. That's my favorite Eminem feature song of all time. I can kill that fucking Eminem verse on that bitch. I will crush that motherfucker. I love it.
That's awesome.
But going back to Darkness is I would get comments under that of people saying shit like, you should have been one of the ones to die in that school shooting, and shit like that. And that, like I said, I was just 2 months in reacting. So
talk about getting thrown to the wolves, huh?
Yeah, I was like fucking responding to the motherfucker,
Yeah, like, because it's like, you know what I mean? And I think some of these people, it's like almost like a video game, because you got these games and they can just
say and do whatever with no repercussions.
Well, no repercussions, and also like it's almost like you said, like the jawing in hip hop, with the battling and then it's like, it's cool as long as it's on wax and stuff, and it's like some people grow up in different environments. I feel like whether it's right or wrong, whether it's acceptable or it's not acceptable or this or whatever, to me, I'm looking at it like, man, people need to have this radical love. There needs to be this radical love that people just do not understand because it's so weird. That's where I'm trying to get back to. I hope it is received, but like at the end of the day, like I don't answer to the subscribers I have, or I don't answer to the people that follow my social media or whatever. I answer to God. And right now we're in a world where people need the opposite of what people are doing, because people it's just everybody's at everybody's throats. We're all
constantly
and I'm like, I keep using the term prayer fuel. It's like, I look at haters like prayer fuel now. It's like when I get a shitty comment, I write God bless you. You know what I mean? Like and I wonder, like, I don't have time to go back and reread after that. Like I barely can stay on top of commenting once, but like, if I wonder how that gets received by that person. Someone who says whatever they say, oh, the typical shit I'll get, like cultural appropriator, or you're this or that, and I just say, hey man, God bless you, bro. Like I wonder.
And that's all you can do is plant seeds.
Something that's small, like you said, you plant a seed. Something that small might change their whole life. Instead of me being, and giving, and I can give people, I make a living off of words. I got plenty of words.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
It's like, dude,
like when people make fun of my appearance, but they don't even have a profile picture. Now that I've been doing it a little over 2 years, that's crazy. I've learned how to ignore most of the time I ignore it. But there are just sometimes I'm in the mood to respond, and I fucking will. You know that quote, if you claim you hate me but watch everything I do, bitch, you're a fan.
Right.
You know, and it's true. It's true.
Yeah, no, you're right.
And sometimes I'll reply to the haters' comments. I'll say, thank you for the comment. It helps boost my video in the algorithm. Have a blessed day.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're right. And that's, and it's truth. No matter what, Jesus didn't please everybody, and so I got a really dumb perspective on life. I think I'm gonna make it out of this place with everybody loving me. So, I'm well aware of that now, and I'm kind of like, I gotta stay focused and just do what I gotta do. And like you said, take hate for what it is, which is 9 times out of 10 just some kind of issue they're dealing with, what I mean? And they're just projecting it on somebody else because that's just what we've been taught. And that's, the only way we can help people unlearn what they've been taught is by just teaching them a radical opposite perspective, which, like I said, that's kind of my MO to this next year. Is I really want to be, I've been a voice, I've been vocal. I see a lot of people that kind of share mutual beliefs as I do. And a lot of their channels are getting deleted or censored, and Instagrams and all this deleted and stuff. Instagram to me, or social media to me, is not for me. It's for people who want to follow what I do.
Right.
So why am I gonna? You already know what I'm about. If you go out of your way to go look me up on Instagram, or go out of your way to, because everybody finds me through music. I don't make any other kind of content. So it's like 99% of people find me is because they like my music. And I'm very vocal in my music about what my beliefs are and stuff. So why would I jeopardize something that's for not even really for me? My social media is not for me. It's for other people. It's for other people to get a closer
connection,
more personal connection with my life, because for whatever reason, that's something that they want, which is like, okay, cool. So why would I jeopardize that so that I could push the envelope and be edgy about stuff that people already know about me, just to like prove like, I'll say it. I think on the flip side of the coin, I'm going to show people a love that they don't even know exists. I'm going to show people a way to respond to your enemies and haters and things like that they didn't even know existed. Like, that's kind of my mission statement now, because there's still a whole lot of people that want to say, they want to speak. They're still pissed off. And it's like, I'm pissed off too, but I'm not going to do the devil's work for them.
Right.
I'm not going to be a part of the division.
That's what the media and government wants. Their whole thing is divide and conquer. Regardless of what politician it is. The media has a narrative, and then the government controls the media. You know what I'm saying? And it's always about division and chaos and fear. And keeping us in a state of chaos and fear divides us. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And so
if you got people afraid, you can control them, and that's
why I don't watch it. And I tell people, with the whole jab shit, I'm like, look, if you take it, that's your choice. If you don't take it, that's your choice. And that's what America is supposed to be about, freedom of choice.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, to me, it's pretty clear what's going on.
Oh, it's so clear to me that I don't understand how it's not clear to more people.
People have been conditioned. That's all. They're conditioned.
That's so crazy. I was Oh my gosh, it's crazy because I was just teaching my son about conditioned responses.
Yeah.
Like a couple weeks ago.
I keep saying it. I said we're beyond any man-made solutions to the situation we're in at this point in society. We have completely, even in America, we have completely surrendered too far over to a government, and it's going to be completely on God to reverse this. You know, we're beyond. If people could say, "Oh, 2A," you know, we got that, you know, to our defense. And it's like it don't matter. We're not fighting against. This ain't muskets. We ain't in the
Right.
days of muskets. Like
Right.
that's for tyranny, and we're coming. You know, we got a president who literally
It's
says,
spiritual warfare.
"Yeah, what are you gonna do against?" You know, he said, "What are you gonna do against tanks?" And it's like that's coming from our own president. It's like, okay, dog, like. So as much as I can't stand the dude, he's spot on. I can't believe that a president would say that. That clearly shows that he's not for us at all, clearly.
Right.
But but it is true. It's like we're not winning that one. Like I don't know what people think. If there's a tyrannical government that's trying to overtake us by force, we're not winning with our 2A rights alone because none of us got the weaponry to really fight back against that. It has to be from the inside out. God has to have people in places of position to bring it down from the inside out because we're not winning from a physical weaponry standpoint. It's just not realistic anymore. And I've said that for a while now. And I keep standing on the fact that if America gets past this and we get back to a nation where, you know, we really kind of build from the bottom up a little bit, so to speak, when it comes to government and all, and we kind of uproot and gut and all this. I mean, it's going to take God. We really are in a place where this country could be over with a few more bad, I don't even know what the word is for, a few more bad outcomes of certain things that are happening. I mean, because again, like I said, we're not in a place where we're going to win. I'm not saying that the patriots of this country won't uprise and try to fight. I'm just saying if it just comes down to a war, it's not going to get won because there's too many. There's just weaponry that is way too sophisticated. I don't care how much military training somebody has. I don't care how many weapons they got. I don't care how many bullets they got in their bunker. There's only, you know, some people will last longer than others and blah, blah, blah. I get all that. But at the end of the day, the overall war will not be won by the weapon we have. It has to be won by God just flat out saying, nope, America is not yet. It's not the time.
It's worse than I've ever seen it in my 41 years. It really is.
It is. It's getting crazy.
I had just posted a quote by Thomas Jefferson the other day on Twitter. It says, "When government fears the people, there is liberty. When the people fear the government, there is tyranny."
Yeah, totally, completely.
And it's so true.
Yeah, it's crazy. People are. There's no logic in it.
Yeah,
But
we can talk about that forever. But anyway, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
All right. When and why did you start your YouTube channel? How did you hear about YouTube?
Okay, so YouTube, I heard about YouTube from this kid one time. We were outside a bar in like 05, 06, whenever it came out. And I remember one of my buddies, I remember it's like clear as day. I was playing some of my music in my Jeep out of Cherokee at the time, and we were listening to some of my new music. And he's like, "Yo, you should shoot a video for this." I'm like, "A what?" You know, because I was like, "Bro, you think I'm just gonna like walk up to MTV and just hand them my video?" I was like, "What the hell are you talking about, dog?"
Yeah, because we were like 25 in 05 when it came out.
Yep. He's like, "No, there's this new website. It's called YouTube." And I remember, you know, obviously I didn't upload anything then because that's the number one thing I hear from so many people. Like they're like, "Oh, you should be bigger," and I can't. I'm like, bro, I've literally only been basically putting music out for 2 years. Like, Like, I mean, I've released stuff, but never put any type of push behind it. Never really. So it's just, I love that people say that because it means, obviously they appreciate what I'm doing and everything. But it's just funny because I'm like, should I be bigger than I am? Because like, I mean, I don't know. I feel you. I appreciate that, but it's like I really only. I mean, I feel like I kind of grew pretty quick, most things considered. With all the censorship and everything we've been facing for the last couple of years. I think but I know people always mean like that. But you said, how did I hear about it? That's how I heard about it. And then what did you say? What was the other question about you?
When and why did you start your YouTube channel?
So, well, I guess I kind of said that too. I started my YouTube channel like 2013 or something like that. But like started. It was like a channel, and I think I posted like 3 videos in about 5 years.
Yeah.
So I mean, it almost bothers me because like, and this is just me being like wanting like I don't even know what like bragging rights, I guess, or something. It's like it almost bothers me that I didn't start a new channel before I really started doing this for real and like taking it serious. Cause like for people that care and look, it's like they see like the date and it's like whatever it is. I forgot like 2012, 2013. But it's like, I'm like, would it be like so much doper if it said like 2019?
Yeah.
like, damn, dude just blew up in 2 years, but it's like, whatever. I know what's up. I know I like literally had nothing out there, but that's when I did it. And why? Just because, it's a way to get my music out, I'm a big visual music guy because, I grew up in the MTV,
when it was
BET,
actually music videos.
music videos. Yeah. So it's like, to me, uh, I see a video for almost every song I make, so it's like I'm big on visuals. It's just hard to make one for every song because a lot of effort, a lot of work, and I don't want to get like corny and start putting out cheesy like shit.
Right. What are some of your hobbies?
I don't have a lot of hobbies right now, but I guess I'd say growing up, I used to like shooting pool. That was like kind of a fun hobby for me. Obviously, I told you
basketball.
Basketball, but if you can call it a hobby right now, is just working out. I mean, I basically work out and work. That's about all I do. Like I don't have a whole lot of hobbies. I don't really have a lot of downtime where I'm like doing anything besides. But I enjoy playing pool. I just don't do it ever anymore. I enjoy playing basketball. Music work takes pretty much consumes me. So obviously I love God and I need to get back into reading the word. My phone's literally propped up against my Bible right now, so I definitely need to get back into that. But I feel like it's kind of blasphemous to call that like a hobby, so that's why I didn't say put it in that category. But it is something that consumed quite a bit of time in my life for a lot of my life, and when this music stuff kind of took off, I've kind of, I don't want to say put God on the back burner because that's a very bad way to put it, which I definitely haven't, at least not consciously or intentionally done. But
God knows our hearts.
So. Yeah, there's a part of me that feels that way. Like God, like I was talking about earlier, God, I feel like God's kind of poking me like, hey, superstar. Remember me? You remember me, huh? You want to maybe, they know about Jesus enough. Why don't you tell them more about Jesus now, So like, I feel a little unbalanced in that area of my life, but yeah, hobbies wise, basketball, working out. There was a time when I enjoyed fighting, like boxing and stuff. But
like watching it or doing it?
Like boxing, like, sparring and stuff. But like, I don't know. I kind of have some head issues. I don't know. I got kind of spooked. So I've got some really crazy pains in my head that I get that I still don't kind of know what they're from. I've seen doctors, I've had them my whole life, so it's kind of weird. So I kind of felt like maybe I should be careful with that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
I'm not a little puppy anymore, and I don't take lickings the same way.
What are some of your pet peeves?
What are some of my pet peeves, baby? You'd probably be able to answer this better than me. What? My pet peeves. What are some of my pet peeves? What is pet peeve? Pet peeve? Like things that bother me. A lot of things I do annoy you. Did you hear her answer?
Yeah.
So I'll tell you, I got a couple funny ones. Like one of my biggest like social pet peeves with like people is when you go to get off an elevator, like and
they
people
don't hold the fucking door.
That's irritating too. But like when you're like if you're on an elevator and you like you get up to your floor and you go to walk off and people start walking on before you exit.
Yeah.
It's like dumbass, like let me get off before you load more people on. Like you're fucking up the flow here. And then like the other thing, I know it's like a really weird thing. I would say people being rude or ignorant as a whole is just kind of my pet peeve.
Yep. What is your biggest struggle in life and then your biggest struggle in your career?
Biggest struggle is that in both. It's really because really, like I said, I feel like I don't really have a career, I have a calling. So with like being a godly man in a very ungodly world, that's my biggest struggle.
What is your favorite song of yours and why?
My favorite song of mine is Free Pressure, probably, because I think it's just the most important. My favorite song of mine is probably Music.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite, but like I put Free Press. The only reason I said Free Pressure, like to me, is spoken word. It's not necessarily
right.
A song. So that's the difference. That's only, but they're both my favorite for the exact same reasons because I feel like they help people that deal with.
They're the most powerful.
They're the most powerful, impactful songs I think that I have for both. I think Free Pressure is more across the board. Music, I think, is more, it speaks to like artists and kind of the struggle we have with like, you know, whatever, art being something that helps us or music being something that helps us, but also can be like a toxic circle if you get kind of sucked into the cycle I was talking about earlier.
Right. What is your least favorite song of yours and why?
Dictator. Because I feel like it's just the least best example of how I didn't even want to release it. And I just felt like, you know what?
It was too like angry or?
It just, it was, yeah, it's just like I said, I'm supposed to be praying for my enemies, you know what I mean? Not coming at, I don't feel bad about the song. Music is therapy. I got it out of me and I put it out because of the platform I have. I felt like maybe it'll help some people who feel the same way I do.
You know I loved it. I'm just being, yeah. I mean, I loved it.
I know a lot of people like it. Here's the thing. I'm grateful that if it helps anybody, like sincerely helps people, not validates ungodly emotions, but if it genuinely helps people feel like, man, I'm not crazy, like there's other people like me that are just wrestling with this and like, you know, we're trying to figure out how to handle this in a godly way and blah, blah, blah. Okay, dope. I'm grateful for that. Unfortunately, I feel like that's probably 10% of the people that really like the song, and the other 90% like it because it validates them saying buying you a bitch and hate and all this shit. Yeah. And the thing is, it's like as Charles, okay, cool, great, whatever, because I'm a human, whatever. But as Mesus, as someone whose name is supposed to mean Jesus and me, and all these other things, you know,
I kind of cringe because I'm like, you know what, like, and then again, as an artist, I'm also, it's like, you know, I drop a song 2 weeks later after that or whatever called Mama's Prayers, and it gets 100,000, not even, it's at like 92 right now. Well, whereas
I
this
hadn't
other
listened
one's,
to that one yet. Again, I've been sick. I haven't done any reactions, so I'll
I
react.
know, it's all good, but I know you'll get to it when you can. But my point about it is, it's like there's this great positive message to it, and nobody cares. You know what I mean? And when I say nobody cares, you know what I'm saying? But like, I don't mean it that way, but I mean, it's just like, so as an
people
artist,
are more attracted to drama and
drama, negativity, anger, all that. So again, the reason I guess I answered so quickly with that song is there's a lot of reasons. And I'm just like, I'm kind of over all of this. I'm kind of over. I mean, shit, at the beginning of this year, when I said Christ 21, I said, I'm done talking about elections. I'm done talking about the fraud. I'm done giving some, I forgot what I said, because that's what y'all want. Like, you know what I mean? Like, done giving trolls my energy because that's what y'all want. Like, and the truth is, I wasn't. Like, I felt that way, and that's how I said. But at the end of the day, it's like I still kept getting sucked back into those negative emotions over and over and over this year, because for valid reasons. I mean, we've been dealing with a lot of bullshit. But, you know, again, am I Charles, the guy who's or whatever, or am I Mesus? And then I validate it by saying, oh, well, you know, Mesus means like I'm showing people me and Jesus, and I'm giving, this is the me part, you know what I mean? But it's like, you know what, no, man, like I gotta quit compromising that. I gotta quit validating that. I gotta quit, because I really don't think God's gonna honor or bless or continue to grow what I'm doing if I keep doing it for me. No, I gotta look cool. I gotta be cool. You know what I'm saying? No, this is how I feel. It's like, no, you say what I tell you to say, you know what I mean? And I ain't telling you to say buying you a bitch. That's you. You know what I mean? And the truth is, at the end of the day, I prayed on that. I had that song for weeks, recorded and everything, before I dropped it, because I really, really wrestled with, should I put it out? Should I not put it out? Should I put it out? Should I not put it out? It was just why? Why was my reasons? And I think at the end of the day, I told myself, whether or not right or wrong, I don't know. I felt like, you know what? I even said in a song, I'm a Christian man, and I hope that God forgives me. You know, I was talking to myself, I said, okay, you know, like, if I'm wrong for this, I really genuinely am not trying to do it for the wrong reasons. I really, but I'm getting to a place, like I said, where I'm done, I guess, compromising things that I know go against God, because I can't sit here and say I'm a man of God in one breath, and then knowingly, consciously, I'm not saying I will be perfect and I'm never going to sin, but consciously doing things there's two different things. And it's like, I just can't expect God to continue to bless and honor what I'm doing and promote it and continue to grow it. Why would he do that if I'm not being a good steward with it? Why would he do that if I'm not taking care of what I'm giving? If he ain't going to bless me to lead people astray or the wrong direction. So that song, like, was the first one that came to my mind when you said that. I don't know if it's out of my whole catalog for sure, but like currently right now, for sure, that's the first one that comes to my mind. Because I'm just like, I don't know, I just don't want to be about that. I want to be about the exact opposite. Like, you know, like,
I get it. I love the song. This is terrible, but I love the buying you a bitch, buying you a bitch. I do. The only part of it that I it's not that I didn't really like it. It's just I have this weird thing where I don't like it when how can I say this? The part where you say, I wouldn't care if they found you in a ditch.
Yeah.
That part, you know, because no matter how much I may dislike someone, I'm not gonna wish. I'm not trying to make you feel guilty. This is like with, you know, the whole Nick Cannon when he
you don't wish death on him. Yeah, you don't wish death on him.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I don't wish that. Here's where I had to come to with a place to even say that I'm not fully convinced that we're even dealing with human beings with some of these people.
I'm telling you, yes.
Like, and that was where I came to the place where I felt comfortable. And that's why
a demon.
And that's why I actually genuinely felt comfortable enough to put the song out, because in my heart, I said that, right? So in the verse, I said, I'm bad at remembering my shit until I'm actually performing it. But
yeah.
Well,
I read my shit, so
I said, fine, like my homie Burden said, and I said, and I don't wish death on no people, but I think that you evil as hell. Honestly, I don't know why the hell people believe you. So we're gonna hop in the car, April. We're gonna take a ride.
All right.
So I genuinely, what I meant by that, without literally flat out saying it, and I basically did flat out say it, is I don't wish death on no people, but I think that you're evil as hell. Like, I was literally saying,
he's a demon.
If you're a demon, then I don't care if you're dead. Like, I don't care if we find you in the ditch, because you're a demon, you're evil.
And you need to be dead,
Yeah, so that was kind of the way
I didn't think of it like that. I didn't catch that. And I'm glad you told me that.
But I have to stop. But what convicted me is, if I don't have 100% evidence of something, I need to not play God, and I need to let God be God and me be me. And so, like, that's where I'm trying to get back to a place. Like, you know what? Maybe he really is. Maybe some of these people really are demons, like straight up demons, inhuman, like not people that are possessed by evil, straight up demons, right? There is a difference. And but the thing is, I'm not God, and I don't get to say who is and who isn't.
Right.
So I have to look at it like, well, he's clearly doing evil, or maybe this is just a man who's possessed by evil, and I should be praying.
Lost. Yeah.
I should be praying for him, in our country and everything else, and let God be God, and unless God flat out speaks to me and shows me otherwise, that and I need to not put myself above the law of God. So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with it, where it's like, as much as my gut kind of leans towards genuinely believing these people are evil, and not just people. I can't confirm that 100%, and so I can't sit here and play God. I can just do what God commands us to do, which is, he's clearly an enemy. They're clearly carrying themselves out as enemies.
Right.
And that's God. The Bible is very clear on what we're supposed to do for our enemies, and it's not fight them in the way that I want to. It's fight them against them with prayer. It's fight against them with the Holy Spirit. And so, it's not the coolest way. It's not the way it's probably gonna get the most views. Because Biden, I'm praying for you. Biden, I'm praying for you. Probably is not what everybody.
Yeah.
Probably not what everybody wants to say. But that's where like we were talking about earlier. Like, I don't care anymore. Like, God's robbing me of sleep. Like, I can't even sleep half these nights and half time, because I know, it don't matter. God gave me a platform, and he could take it away if I don't use it the way he wants me to. So, but so, yeah, that's my answer on that.
Okay. Who's your favorite collab?
Favorite collab.
And if you don't want to answer, that's cool.
Oh, no. Favorite collab. I gotta call it a draw, because with me, there's, like, remember we were talking about, I can't put like a greatest on certain people. So the joint with Rez is just like such a dope, like, message, like, feel good. Like, the song's called Starve to Hate. We haven't dropped it yet, but it's something that me and him just, it kind of happened so organically.
That's a good song. I don't know why you don't drop it already.
So we're like, that song I love. Like, it's like, if I could make songs one way and one way only, and that was the only songs I was allowed to make and only styles allowed to do and everything, like, it's like that, because it's just like kind of the first hip hop that I grew up on. It's just got a dope message. There's no but it's still just edgy enough that it's like it hits like it's like, yo, I ain't afraid to kind of talk about what I need to talk about, but we did it in like kind of a classy way.
Right.
And he put this smooth little hook on it. It's dope. But then on the other way, if you want to go just raw in your face hip hop, that I really enjoyed being a part of, and it was also just a record that kind of came out of nowhere, and it also birthed a really good friendship with this artist as well, which is both songs had that was Riot for me with Burden, which you said you didn't.
I gotta check.
That's
so
out.
I've got to
Right
do Right for Me and Mama's Prayers.
That joint was pretty dope too, because I feel like not only did that record really go crazy, it did really well. It bonded a really cool friendship that me and Burden have at this point. And me and Rez got a really good friendship as well too, but which actually came through Burden.
Yeah.
He connected me with him while I was out there in Florida.
Okay, your next question is, you're not gonna like this one from what you told me earlier. Your top 5 rappers that are alive.
Top 5 that are alive. Whoa, you're right. I don't like you for this.
I'm sorry. Okay,
no,
your favorite 5 rappers.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I don't care because I can change my mind 5 seconds after saying it, so whatever. I'm not gonna say favorite, whatever. I'm gonna say best, just based off of my whole life, not even necessarily currently where I'm at now, but just my whole life. These 5 are in the 5. Jay-Z, Twista, man, 2 left, huh? Yeesh. Out of the whole rap game.
I'm waiting for you to say one that I thought would be in your top 5.
Kanye. And I already know which one you think I'm gonna say, and I'm not gonna say him.
Who you think I think?
NF.
Yeah.
And he belongs. He's amazing. But
he's in my top 5
of my whole lifetime. I'm just too old of a head. He's only been in my life for like 5 years. I can't throw him in there. Like he hasn't had.
Yeah, everybody.
He's number 5. He's number 5. I'll put him in there. He's number 5 because he has. I'll give him that. It's a short. You know what? It's like the Pac and Biggie thing. People always. I remember one of my homies said, "Why do people even put Biggie in the same? Like, dude, Pac had like 6, 7 albums out before he died. Pac was doing da da da." And he was like really heated. He's like so mad. Like, why do people even mention Biggie in the same breath? That's like disrespectful. Like, all he did was like 2 albums. It's just because they had some little beef. Biggie wasn't nowhere near him. My boy was just going crazy. True. And yeah, my wife kind of feels the same way, so it's funny. But like,
yeah, I'm a Tupac girl.
I love Pac too. But Biggie was an amazing lyricist. I think it speaks volumes even more that he was only in the game the short amount of time before he got killed.
And has such a legendary status.
And look, and we're still talking about this dude 20 years later, more than 20. Is it 20? 30. Yeah, like 25 years. Yeah, 25 or some years later, we're sitting here still debating whether or not, and so no question the dude was amazing. And so yeah, it's funny because I look at it like the same thing like with NF. Like I had a hard time putting him in there just because in my whole life, like I'm thinking of coming up and the people that really influenced me, as a kid. I mean, I didn't even say Nas. Like I just said Nas is the message. Like NF, I love you, but I have to take you off. No.
That's cool.
I gotta take I gotta take Kanye off and put Nas in there. So it's M, J, Nas, bless you.
Bless you.
And wait, who's the? Did I?
Jay-Z, why?
MJ,
No.
Twister,
Yeah,
Nas,
Twister.
and NF. Those are the cinco.
Are those in order?
I mean, are they in order? No.
Okay.
Of my favorites? If my favorites, it'd have to be like M.
You know you love Nas.
NF, Nas, Jay-Z, Twister.
Hell yeah.
It would have to be that.
Eminem, Tupac, Tech Nine, NF. And then the fifth one switches back and forth between King Crooked and Joyner Lucas.
And music. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I'm talking mainstream.
Joyner's a beast.
Which I know Joyner and Tech technically aren't mainstream, but they are, if you know what I mean.
No, they're mainstream. You kidding me? Like those dudes got some. If you have a song, multiple songs with Chris Brown, you're mainstream. Like,
yeah. I mean,
like,
shit, if you have a song with Tupac and fucking Eminem, you're mainstream, you know?
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
Tech Nine has a song.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Tech is mainstream. Tech is an independent. He's an independent mainstream artist.
Tech and I are actually friends. I can't believe.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, he watched one of my reactions and posted it on his IG last year in November. And
that's awesome.
Then he followed me. Like I always, you know this, anytime I do a reaction, I DM the artist the link to the reaction. What the artist may never see it in their life, but I still do it because you never know. And and you know, he'll always DM me back, appreciate you always showing support. Mama, he calls me Mama, MAMA, and stuff like that. So it's really cool. He's yeah.
I heard he's a pretty cool, humble dude.
He is. And you know, he's worked with several of the YouTube rappers. He just put out a song with Luke Gone, which was
I saw he did that song with Gone.
Oh my God, that song was amazing.
You know what?
He did a song with Grizzy Hendrix. He did a song with who else? Somebody else he did a song with recently. Oh, High Res. He just did a song with High Res.
Yeah, they just did that song. Yeah. I think Tech is unbelievable. He's very talented, no question about that. Dude is very talented.
Oh my God.
I think if I would have grew up in Missouri instead of Illinois, it probably would have been Tech instead of Twister in my top five. But I grew up in Chicago, and Twister was the man. And you know that was just.
I love Twister too. Twister's on that song with Tech and High Res and them too, ain't he?
Yep. Yeah, he's the last verse.
God.
Like
another one of my favorite Bone songs, which is a collab, is their collab with Biggie, you know.
Bone and Biggie.
Yes, Notorious Thugs. To me, that is Biggie's best verse.
Hey, look at that. Me and you definitely agree on that one. That Armed and Dangerous. Ain't too many good bang with us. Straight up, we know ain't us.
Label us notorious thuggers that love the bus. Straight to us.
Yeah, no, he spazzed on that joint. Biggie and Pac, like you noticed, like I didn't put either one of them in there.
You know who? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So-called Bewitched.
At the few females fathered too. I guess I'm drawing a blank right now.
Hold on. Steadily Kenton and Benjamins. Anyway, the next is just a list of your favorites. Favorite movie?
A Bronx Tale.
Never saw it, but I've heard of it. Favorite color?
I don't have a favorite color. I have a favorite kind of colors, and it's earth tones.
What? But if you had to pick one color, what would it be?
Like earth brown.
Brown.
Mhm.
I have never met anybody in my life who would say their favorite color is brown.
Yeah,
My favorite color is black.
that's hilarious. My favorite color
Black
that I dress
and
in is
blue.
black.
Black and blue
I
are
don't-
my favorite colors.
Yeah, brown, earth, like an earth brown. Yeah, you see them color on them tree leaves right there?
Uh-huh.
See how it's like yellow and green, and then you got that like fall brown?
Uh-huh.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite. I like that.
Well,
So, yeah,
your favorite animal?
dog,
Car.
favorite car. I almost said tank.
I mean, you can say that. It's vehicle, whatever.
The tank. I would never buy a tank. That would be very weird if I bought a tank. Favorite car. Chevelle.
Food.
Italian.
No, I mean like specific.
Baby,
Like-
what's my favorite food?
Like mine's
Your favorite
mine's-
food? Pizza.
She said pizza. That's not my favorite.
I love pizza. My favorite, I love Italian too. My second
Nice.
favorite restaurant is Olive Garden. But my favorite food, number one is chicken and dressing, and number two is lasagna.
Okay, actually, I'm gonna have to say I lied. I went to go to my favorite kind of food. My favorite go to, like if we picked a like a style, would be Italian. But my favorite food, if I had like your Last Supper kind of thing,
Yeah.
it would be swordfish.
Ooh,
Oh,
Yeah, don't knock it till you have it. Swordfish.
I hate
Swordfish.
seafood.
see?
Have you ever been to Orlando? Big Fin.
Yes.
Big Fin?
You've been to Big
Yes.
Fin in Orlando.
Yes.
What do you eat there?
And you had
Steak and bird.
What'd you eat?
steak
My
and fries.
What'd you
motherfucking
eat?
ass had chicken fingers. That's what the fuck I had. I
They
don't
don't-
eat seafood. If the restaurant has it when we go to Florida or Gulf Shores, I will get fried crab claws. That's the only seafood I'll eat.
Fried crab
Well,
claw.
hey, I ain't
What
mad
in
at
the
you.
world?
You know what? I'm not big on seafood myself. She'll vouch for that. But fish, like good cooked
Sushi.
fish. I
And
don't like
sashimi.
Ugh.
Stop.
Anything raw is disgusting.
Yeah.
It's healthy.
Hey, we went to Texas
I
Roadhouse
don't
last
care.
night.
Anything healthy is disgusting.
we went to Texas Roadhouse and yesterday, and I said, babe, your steak's about to walk off the plate.
Oh, I
You
can't.
better-
I can't.
Yeah, it
Oh
was
my
even for
God.
her. Like she's usually like she likes it like medium,
But I'll eat it.
but she still ate it.
Oh,
Like
hell
it-
to the no.
it was redder than your shirt. But
You married a cannibal.
but yeah, I would have to say my favorite dish that I've ever had, that I literally like. I'm going back to Florida, actually, probably to hook up with Rez in the next couple days here, and I will definitely be getting again if I can. It's the swordfish from Big Fin with mashed potatoes, and they have what is it, asparagus? I think it's like some green asparagus. It's so good.
That's why he rapped, just to eat
It's
that.
so good.
I hate asparagus.
Everything about this dish is just so delicious.
The only thing that sounds good is the
And
mashed
cheesecake.
potatoes.
And cheesecake.
I love
cheesecake.
cheesecake. Cheesecake's amazing. I love
Cheesecake.
the Cheesecake Factory. That's my favorite restaurant.
Amen. Cheesecake get cheesecake with a little vanilla ice cream, a little drizzle, a little caramel. Yeah, forget about it.
Okay,
So,
your favorite. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. Go ahead. My favorite what?
Drink.
Drink.
Yeah, he got a lot.
I'm so bad at this stuff. I have no idea.
Like your go.
I don't
like
know.
your go-to drink. Like, what do you grab out?
Like, okay, so my favorite.
Mine's Mountain Dew. I always have Mountain Dew within arm's reach.
My favorite was Coke until they became this woke ass company, and now I can't. I feel guilty every time I, God forbid, still drink the shit. So I can't say that. What I drink like all the time now are they're like energy drinks, I guess you would call them. They're
Those are bad for your heart, but go ahead.
I know, and that's why I'm trying.
As I sit here vaping
Yeah.
with congestive heart failure.
And Mountain Dew.
Drinking your Mountain Dew, but and you know you're absolutely right though. I know I gotta chill with them because I don't drink. I don't know. They just
tell her how many times I yell at you.
Every day. But I drink these. What do they call them?
They're
Aminos.
okay as long as you drink them in moderation. I'm just saying that I'm talking as a nurse. Like they can cause heart palpitations, heart attacks, and like.
Oh no, I know. They absolutely do. I had a friend that died from it. You know, but I don't drink Monster. I don't drink Red Bull. Some of them are way better than others. Like the ones that I drink. We'll be home here in a second. I'll show you the. I'll read it since you are a nurse, baby. But I don't drink. I got them from Burton's when I was over there. They had them at the gas station. What are they called? That's what I forgot. I think it's called Amino. Yeah, it is called Amino.
Amino
like too, but
like AMINO.
Like amino acid.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
AMINO. But they're pretty good as far as an energy drink goes, I guess. But I drink the blueberry lemonade one. That's like my favorite kind of go-to right now. So if you want to know my favorite drink, honestly, of like just forget brands and all that shit, my favorite drink is lemonade.
Really?
Yes.
I love pink lemonade.
Pink lemonade is good too, but I like good old-fashioned old just yellow lemonade. But it's just so much sugar in it that like I try not. That's why the Amino that I just told you I drink is blueberry lemonade flavor, and it's like the only one I drink. I'm a creature of habit for sure. If I get on a kick, I will just that's like all I will drink for until I find something else, I guess, different or whatever.
How many Amino drinks do you drink a day?
Yeah.
I go from days where I won't drink it to days where I've drank 4.
Okay, because one can contains 100 milligrams of caffeine. You're not supposed to have more than 400 milligrams a day. Look,
so if I drink 4 of those,
you okay right there?
So I'm okay.
Wow, your Amino drink has doubled the caffeine of this Mountain Dew.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but how much sugar has it got?
It's got a lot of sugar. It's got 46 grams of sugar. And it's got 60 milligrams of sodium.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yours has 100 milligrams of sodium.
See, look. See, April, look.
Okay.
So it's right here. So yeah, you got all the ingredients right in front of you. You can see.
Yeah.
But for energy drinks, it's, as far as I understand, it's way better than a Monster or a Red Bull or something like that. But I could be wrong, for all I know. At the end of the day, if you're not drinking water and basically just water, then I'm sure there's something wrong. Yeah, I know I just gotta basically just quit drinking these things altogether. But like, remember I told you, I feel like God's kind of robbing me in my sleep, poking me because I
don't blame it on God.
Well, the energy drinks.
I'm not blaming God.
The The energy drinks can cause you to not sleep as well.
Yeah, and you know what they can also do? They can also cause you to crash. Yeah, they mess my stomach up. So it's a lot of things. But
we all have our vices.
Yeah, I know, but it's like, you know what though? I'm glad we're having this conversation because I wish I could have just, when you said, what's your favorite drink? I could have been like, water, and more water.
I hate water. Do.
I know.
And like with me having congestive heart failure, water could actually kill me. So.
Well, then I will not give you water.
Never give me water, no. Favorite restaurant?
Paisanos.
Favorite holiday?
Ooh,
Thanksgiving,
although, you know, obviously Christmas, what Christmas and Easter celebrate
right
is the ultimate most important thing to me, but because they've been so commercialized and turned into cheesy bullshit, Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday because it's it has a good meaning to it.
Season?
fall. No, summer.
Mine's fall.
Fall.
Sport?
Basketball.
I just want to see how much I know you. That's all.
Team?
White Sox.
Close. Bulls.
What's your favorite college football team?
You say shut up.
College football team.
Do you watch college football?
I don't really watch college football. But I would have to say my favorite college football team.
Look, be real careful.
I don't have. Yeah, I know. I see you. I'm
just kidding.
As
long as you don't say anything that involves orange, we're good.
I'm not even gonna say none because I don't really have one. So it'd be just kind of a lie anyways. I don't watch it to even say I have one. My favorite football team is Bears.
Well, roll motherfucking Tide. All right.
Yeah, and I'm all right with that.
All right. Who's your favorite band? Any genre, doesn't matter.
Linkin Park.
Oh, great one. Mine's Queen. Who's your favorite music artist of all time? Any genre. Mine's Michael Jackson.
My favorite artist, baby. My favorite music artist. Good Lord, that's a hard question to answer.
She got some good questions.
She
does.
Said
band Chester Bennington could be one.
Yeah.
Freddie Mercury, Michael Jackson, Prince.
Go to the next one. Let me think on that one for a second.
Favorite genre of music?
Rap.
Favorite comedian?
Joe Coy.
April G.
I
almost messed up and said my real last name.
Uh-oh.
Who did you say your favorite comedian was?
Joe Coy.
I've done one of his bits.
That's funny.
All right, TV show.
You see how much I don't watch TV. But Impractical Jokers.
All right, book. Besides the Bible.
Book, Purpose-Driven Life.
All right. I've read that. And I know you go live. You've been doing the live thing on that, which is awesome. All right. So did you figure out your music artist or not? You want to skip it or?
I don't have one.
All right. Your biggest influences or and inspirations for your music career?
His wife.
Biggest inspirations, like influences. Nas.
Twister, Jay-Z, Eminem, the same dude.
Yeah. Okay.
But someone that's not in there, they could have definitely got in there is Outkast.
Oh, great.
Scarface, Dr. Dre,
Hell yeah.
Tupac for sure.
Hell yeah.
Biggie, Bone.
Ludacris, T.I. are two of mine. Lil Wayne.
What was Do or Die, Kanye.
Oh, do you wanna ride in the
Yep.
backseat of a caddy? Chop it up. PIMP. Biology, biologically,
You know, I got a song.
and obviously, well,
you know, I got a song with the guy who sung that. I got a song with him. I got a song with AK from Do or Die. I got a song with Twister. I had all sorts of songs with those dudes back in the day.
well,
Why would you drop it then?
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah,
Yeah. Lupe, Fiasco. I got a lot of
Kanye.
Kanye, you know, and then, you know, I could go even further back into the, you know, I go all the way back to Black Sheep. I can go back to Tribe Called Quest. I can go back to Onyx. I can go back to Redman.
LL Cool J.
I met LL. He was cool as shit. Hip hop, just there's so many dudes. Busta Rhymes. Gosh, I mean, I go all the way back to NWA.
Oh yeah.
All the way back to Easy
E. Yeah.
You know, like I said, Redman, Method Man, Wu-Tang. You know, hip hop, just Mob
goes
Deep,
on forever.
It just does. Do
you like they're more current, but do you like Shoe Gang? Used to be Horseshoe Gang, but now they go by Shoe Gang.
I don't know who that is.
You know who King Crooked is?
Yeah. All
right, well, they're his brothers.
Oh, okay.
They are fucking today's modern day Bone. I'm not lying. These guys are fucking amazing. You would love them. I promise. Y'all both would. If she loves Bone, she would love them. I'll just send you the link to it on IG. Yeah. Okay. Do you plan on going on tour anytime?
I would love to. I just doubt that it's going to happen anytime soon because there's just a lot of logistics that go into a tour that I don't really have set in place at the moment. You know, I don't have a manager. I don't have.
Right. Would you ever sign to a label?
No.
Do you ever get recognized in public?
Yes.
In your hometown, or where you live now?
Yes.
What does it feel like to know your people's inspiration?
Well, since I live in a town that's not really my hometown that I grew up, it's different, you know, but it's cool. Like when people approach me and you know, share how the music I make has impacted them or done something for them, there's, you know, the cliche, there's nothing like it in the world, you know what I mean? It's just, I'm usually speechless. She's been with me a lot of times, and I'm usually just kind of like, I don't know what to say other than I just kind of just obviously thank them, and you know, I'm usually pretty happy, so I got some little dorky smile on my face or something, you know, and I'm kind of just like pretty quiet, you know, for the most part, you know. I just I don't know what to say because, you know, it's kind of overwhelming in a good way. So
what are some big names who have recognized you, shouted you out? Now, you just said, were you serious? Do you really have a song with Twister?
Yeah.
Well, where the fuck is it?
Right, that's what I said. I heard it. You just don't want to put it out.
I don't.
What?
It's
Tristan
old.
probably don't remember now.
It's old.
Who gives a fizzuck? If I had a song with, oh my gosh.
That's what I said.
You need to, bruh, listen. Let me tell you.
You're gonna be like, bruh, do I know you? And then
look, somebody as small as me, who my dream is to just, have a collab with somebody, have someone who's genuinely, look, I'm fixing to cry, genuinely willing to collab with me. And it don't even have to be a huge ass name like Twista. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because I've had so many people say, yeah, April, we're, and you know what I'm saying? And like, if I had a song back in the tuck with Twista, I'd be like, premiering right now, motherfuckers. April G featuring Twista, bitch.
I'll drop it when
what? Twista's dead?
Yeah. Nah, I'll drop it when, I don't know. I had it. So here's the thing. I did release it. I released it on an album that I had out called Victory Music. I dropped that album in 2014. Remember I told you, like, I never really put music out. That was the only album I ever really released on like a digital platform.
It's called what?
Victory Music. You're not gonna find it because it was up for a year, and then when it came time to like pay my distributor to keep it up there, I was just like, fuck it, I'm not even paying to keep it up, because like I had no music videos, I had no promotion, I wasn't doing shit, and I was just like, I don't know, at the time I just was like, you know what the fuck's the point? Like nobody even knows the shit's there.
What year was that?
2014. So the first album I ever put out was 2008, and it was called The First Cause, and that was like literally like a CD that I made. Unless you want to count the like little 8-track, not 8-track as in like an 8-track, but an 8-song EP that me and Adam did an 8-song EP in like literally 2001 or 2. But my first solo album was 2008. Then 2013, I made another one that I never released. And then I made another one in 2014 called Victory Music that I did release, but I did zero to promote it, literally zero. Like I made a Facebook post. Like I just put a new album out.
You pulled an Eminem.
No, I pulled a like, don't know my shit. Like I didn't have any following. I just literally thought, music just sells itself, basically. And, there's a whole lot of work that goes into this shit. So it's like, you really got to market your shit. And I just had a lot to learn. I still didn't understand, the talent, I guess, was there. But I didn't know my head from my ass when it came to marketing or how to get myself out there. And so, like I said, I put it out and it was up for a year. I didn't tell anybody. I didn't shoot any videos. I didn't do shit for it. So, but he was on that because the album's called Victory Music. The song that him and I did is called V's Up. I'm actually going to probably re-release the whole project, the Victory Music project. The problem is I got to do shit the right way now because, beats, you got to get shit cleared. I didn't do none of that shit. I just bought beats on BeatStars and dropped the fucking album. So now I'm in a place where it's like some of my stuff does numbers to where I can get in trouble for shit. Back then, if 20 people saw it, it didn't do shit. Nobody's going to come copyright claim me or nothing, So that's honestly why I have over 200 songs right now, probably more, sitting in my computer on release.
Just sitting there, and he writes songs all the time.
I wrote another song today, but the reason that they're not released, most of them, is because of like you know, it's just there's a lot of legal shit that goes into this that you have to be careful about. So
Okay. How many albums in total have you released?
Released
And that are still available?
5. I have 24/7, FU, Eracism, Dear Rap, and the Mesus EP, I guess. So, and I have 2 more that I'm working on, and a third one that's pretty much done, but I don't want to drop it until I'm done with these other 2.
What's the difference between an EP and an LP?
Okay, so you have a single, which is obviously one song, right? And then you have an EP, which is more than a single, obviously, but less than a full album. So EP stands for extended play. So
and LP is long play.
Stands for long play, exactly.
Okay.
So EP is, and they measure it by, I think, the total minutes of the project, not necessarily the number of songs.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I could have Googled it, but
yeah. Well,
okay.
it's funny because I was gonna call that last one I put out the Mesus EP, because to me an EP is like, you know, a shorter album, and it only had 8 songs. To me, that's short. Like, that's not an album.
Yeah.
But
we're used to 20 songs and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
So I to me it was an EP, but I couldn't upload it through my distributor under the title EP because it was technically not an EP. It's technically considered a full-length album. And so I had to call it just Mesus, not the Mesus EP.
Okay. So the big names who recognized you shouted you out because I interrupted and said Twista, and yeah.
Big names that shouted me out. I mean,
or recognized you.
Not to be the woe is me underdog, but I'm. If you know one, let me know, because I can't think of any.
You have a song with Twista, bruh.
Yeah, I paid. I bought that feature.
It don't matter.
I'm talking about a big name that shouted me out. He didn't
say your name.
He like I've yet to.
Say my name.
Yeah, I've yet to see anyone now.
When no one is around, you say, baby, I love you. You ain't running game.
If you want to talk about some artists that I consider a big deal that have shown me some love, you know, as of recently, I mean, Rez is the homie that showed a lot of love to me.
Yeah.
Jimmy Levy's showing a ton of love to
me. Thank you, because I didn't know if you pronounced it Levy or Levi.
Levy's showing a ton of love to me.
Bryson?
You know, Bryson and Burden. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, them boys got some pretty big followers.
Well, yeah, I mean, when I say people like I mean, my biggest one is Tech 9.
Yeah.
And then you know, Crip, I consider that big.
Oh, Crip's a big artist too. I look at those guys as my peers as far as like Rez and Jimmy and all them guys, even though they do, you know, Jimmy and Rez got bigger platforms, Burden's got bigger platform, Bryson's got bigger platform. I think, you know, they all look at me as an equal. You know, they don't look at me like, oh, you know, me just don't have as big a following. Well, you know, yeah, no, you know what I mean? I don't, but you know, my numbers do pretty good, even though I don't have, you know, as big a following as some of these guys. So, you know, they know. And a lot of the other thing is they know I haven't been doing this that long. If I had been putting my music out since 2014 or 2008,
when
you know.
When did you really start like putting music out consistently?
2020.
So if you look at it that way, and this is 2022, you're doing absolutely fucking amazing.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it. You know, a lot of guys, you know, they know I paid my dues. So they look at me like a peer, even though, maybe on a social media status level, I'm not necessarily at the same spot, but yeah, when it comes to big artists, like just the crazy random somebody tweets my name or something, that kind of shit, I haven't seen it yet. Like, and I don't know why, but I mean, I'm not tripping about it. I was getting a lot of love from people.
Didn't No Life Shack react to that?
Yeah, No Life reacted. A few people reacted. And then they stopped. You know what I mean? And I don't know if it was like, I don't know why. Like I don't know what happened. But all the big guys, McKnight, everybody jumped on all the guest and home stuff.
Well, you saw my tier list and what I think about you, so.
No, I already know. Like, it's been love since day one from you, and you don't care.
And I keep it real.
You're a genuine supporter of what I do, and and I appreciate it. And I'm not, like I said, I understand this. I don't understand. I mean, here's the thing. I know that I've made songs that shit on home or guest. Shit. Like just not, they're not even in the same ballpark. And that's what kind of sucks, because I know some of the people who, I think are true hip hop fans, as far as reactors with big platforms, like, I don't know where they're at. You know what I'm saying? Well, you have the opportunity to take some real quality, good, well-produced, well thought out, well done stuff that's way doper than the shit that you chose to react to.
Like, I don't know.
But you chose to react to the whack shit because it was controversial and the masses got all up in arms about. All of a sudden now, those get reactions when they're so dumb and the way I had to rap the shit, because it was like, I'm just whatever. But then when I spaz out, you don't want to show the masses that I can do that shit.
I don't know if you've ever noticed, but like when I react to something, I'll tweet it out and I'll tag the artist, and then if it's something I
have no idea how Twitter works. Just so you know, don't ever get mad at me about some Twitter shit, because I promise you it'll never ever be personal. I have no idea how Twitter works. I have no idea how Twitter works at all.
I know for a fact on Black and White, on music, and there's been a couple more. I tweeted out that I reacted to it. I tagged you in it. I tagged your boy.
LD. LD is the only reason I see 90% of the shit that a lot of people have done, because he literally
Alan
Alan D. He's my homie I grew up with, and he literally like hunts for anything with me, and then he'll text it to me, he'll tag me in it, or
I literally I know on Black and White and fucking music and a couple others. Not only did I tag you, I tagged him, but I also made a separate tweet, tagged you in that one too. And I said in capital all caps, which I usually type in all caps. I don't know why, I'm just like that. And I said, why is everybody sleeping on him? He is amazing. This song is fucking fire. All attention, all reactors. You need to react to this. I said it in my tier list video, I think, that you're very slept on.
So, Black and White. See, I made a mistake. I definitely made a mistake. So when I dropped Guest, I had 600 subscribers. In December of 2019, I had 600 subscribers. And I only had 172 subscribers like 2 months prior to that.
500 subscribers New Year's Day of 2020. So you literally only had 100 more than me. That's
really?
crazy.
I had 172.
And now look at you.
This is what's crazy though. Watch this. I had 172 in September of 2019. I put out the 24/7 album as just an audio file only. I put that out. That grew me up to like 600. I had 600 subs when I released the first song, Guest. 600 subs. 2 weeks later, I released Home on New Year's Eve. Within 30 days of dropping Guest, I had 30,000 subs. And from January 1st, which was of 2020, to April 1st, so 3 months, I didn't do anything. I went from nothing to popping, viral, popping, and didn't drop anything.
Because, it's because obviously the songs were absolutely amazing, but also the bigger reactors.
Right. What's crazy though is 3 months radio silent. I didn't drop anything, nothing, like not one song, not one video, not nothing for 3 months. But this is why I said I messed up, because Black and White, I wrote after Home. Because if you listen to the last verse, I said.
You said that about Nick.
I was talking about Nick, but I said, poop, bitch, no one knew who I was. Now you think he's an owl genie, blah, blah, blah. But I said at the end of it, I said, fuck all this shit. I'm going back to the shit that I love to do. If it's fuck me, then fuck you too, blah, 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 blah. Like, and that I was talking about like all this stupid Nick Cannon, all this stupid beef shit. Yeah. I'm going back to the shit that I love to do. Fuck me, then fuck you, da, 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 da. And I started spazzing kind of like quick because like for me, that's the fun stuff I like to do. And I was like kind of flexing, like, don't think I'm one of these little petty, corny, like gimmick dudes. You know what I mean? And I wanted to drop that video, right? Shoot a video and drop that shit. And I got wrapped up into some other shit that I really didn't want to be a part of, to be honest, at that point. Long story, but I didn't, and I ended up basically shelving what I was working on to be a part of some other shit that I was a part of that I was kind of finishing up. But here's the problem is, you know how the internet is more than anybody. Like, you understand it or better than most, or you know what I mean? You understand. So like people don't go bubble like that. People don't grow 1,000 people a day and shit on their YouTube and shit. So I was like super, super buzzing. And if I would have hit people with that shit, like that would have solidified me. That would have solidified me. But I think the reason why a lot of like your what's his names, and I think I didn't jump all over and be like, oh my God, thank you so much for, I didn't know shit about YouTube. I didn't know shit about reactors and stuff like that. I didn't know nothing about this. So like, I didn't realize that it was like this. And I say this with all due respect, but like, I didn't realize it was like this great honor for some of these people to like react to my shit. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's kind of the way that some of them feel. And it's like, well, okay, cool. But like, I kind of feel like because I didn't go all crazy, like, you know what I'm saying? When everybody knows it's a trade-off benefit thing. And I genuinely just was kind of like overwhelmed. I had a whole lot of shit going on. I think that's why some of these certain people don't react to my shit no more. I know that.
But you didn't ask them to. You know
I didn't ask them to, and I know that I got a lot more to bring to the table than some of the gimmick shit that gets reacted to. But let's be honest, like, I get why people react to shit they do. I get why people make videos they do. I get why people create the content they create, because they're trying to make money.
Right.
And you know what? They're not in the job
with the fucking algorithm bullshit.
Yeah. Just like, you know what? People will look at me and say, it's not my job. I'm saying for me, it's not my job
help every artist that has a smaller platform than me, help them blow up. You know what I mean? That's not my job. Some people might look at me bogus or whatever, but it's like, bro, it's not my, you know, so I don't take it personal, but it sucks. Not just get
I have
numbers.
told so many people about you, like, okay,
No, you have.
I swear I have.
I know you have.
I have privately
April, you
told
know how
people
many
about.
people have asked to do interviews? You know what I mean?
I know.
Like,
I know you did
like,
one with, I think, Main Man.
I did one with Maine. I did one with Tyler, but I don't like. I don't. I show love when I get love. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I feel you.
And so it's like there's a reason. You know what I mean? Like you. I know how much you try to show love and go out and here's the other thing. Not even just for me. You know what I mean? I know how hard you really just try to help artists that you believe in, and you really, really are about this shit. And that's what makes me like say, like, yeah,
Thank
I
you.
absolutely want to, you know, and I'm not saying a knock towards other people that have asked and I
No,
haven't done
no,
it.
no, no.
Because there's other people that I definitely still want to do interviews with for sure. But my point is like I recognize people's heart way over platforms or status or any of that shit. Like for sure.
I appreciate it. Like really, really appreciate it.
I'm still gonna be an asshole when we do a song.
I hope we do one. I really do. I don't want to get my hopes up though, because I've gotten my hopes up so many times just to be crushed.
I'm not gonna tell you when because I'm very bad with that kind of shit. So I'm not gonna say like, oh, we're gonna do it by this or by that. But I'm gonna tell you if I said we're gonna do it, then I'm telling you, I'm not saying to get your hopes up. I'm saying it because I have every intention of following through. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because we got shit. Bryson just texted me while we were like right now. So I'm probably gonna be in Tennessee soon. So.
Well, I mean, like I said, I can drive anywhere. I don't give a fuck.
Where are you at in Tennessee?
I'm about an hour to an hour and a half south of Nashville.
Well,
but I just wrote this. Speaking of what you were just saying about people you've done interviews with and why and stuff, I just wrote this. If I point something out that someone didn't do or say, and then they immediately do or say it, it means nothing to me because I shouldn't have had to point it out the first place. I love the fact that I'm finally starting to learn how to love myself as I am, and I'm also learning how to stop caring about what others think of me or fret over people ignoring me / leaving me on red and or not reciprocating the support I give. Because in the end, all that will matter is what I did. So getting hurt over others' actions or lack thereof is pointless. I am still a human with emotions, but I am learning how to not allow certain emotions to consume me. What a liberating feeling.
Amen. Yeah, you gotta, you know, there's like the do it anyways. I think it was there's a poem. You ever heard that poem?
Mother Teresa is one of my favorite poems. Yes.
Yeah. My mom had that on the wall. I thought I was gonna say Mother Teresa, but I felt like that's the cliche person to tag or something like that. And if I wasn't sure, I didn't want to be like,
oh no, that's I love that poem. I love it so much.
It's you gotta do it anyways, in a nutshell. Like if it's on your heart, you do you, and you just leave that in other people's hands. That you're not responsible for other people's actions. You're just responsible for how you carry yourself and how you respond. That's all that you're in charge of. How you initiate things, so to speak, and conduct and carry yourself, and then when things come back to you or things come to you initiated towards you, it's how you respond, you know, like
Right. My life motto is Galatians 6:9. I have it tattooed on my back, not the whole verse, just
I'm glad it ain't
Galatians
Tekashi
6:9.
6ix9ine.
Oh no, I can't. Oh, I can't stand him.
Why
Oh,
don't you react to him? He's got bars.
are you kidding me? I made a whole video telling people do not ask me anymore to react to him because I
That's
am
hilarious.
not gonna react to him.
Why not?
Nor will I react to even someone who did a fucking remix to a beat that he
April,
has
listen.
rapped on. I'm
April,
not
listen.
doing it.
He is real hip hop, okay?
Oh yeah, so fucking real, so real. I can't stand him. Ugh.
Yeah. You know what? I do feel bad for I don't know if this applies to him or not, but I do feel bad because I know pretty much every mainstream artist is a slave.
Yeah.
They're under heavy mind control. They're under heavy lot of crazy shit. So I feel sorry because every once in a while you see like the genuine, real human being that they are or used to be or were somehow.
Right.
I saw like a live where Tekashi was like really genuine and said something like
I reacted to that live and then deleted it when I found out he was a chomo.
He was a what?
Chomo. That's what they call him in prison.
But you know what I'm talking about then? The one where he said like it's not fair. It's not fair. Like you guys aren't as talented as me, but you're not gonna get, like that one. Like I was like, I was yeah, I mean, and I don't have respect for none of that bullshit for sure. But like when I saw that, I was like, well, I mean, shit, man. At least he's like, I don't know. I was like, but again,
I know what you mean.
I try to find the best in people no matter what. I guess
well, here's the thing. When he first got released from prison, and the very first song he released, Gooba, where he's like, you mad, big mad, I reacted to that song and had the time of my life, laughed my ass off, thought it was hilarious, and liked the song actually. Like I just thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Well then, okay, I knew obviously everybody knows he's a snitch. And my era, snitches get stitches, the thing. So, and that was already bad enough. But I did not know about the other stuff with the girls. And
what happened? It was like some girls on a video shoot or something like that, right?
It was like, I think he was videoing a grown ass man like our age with a girl that was like 13.
Yeah, I think I heard a little
my
bit about
son is 14. I can't support that. So I delete, and I had reacted to that IG live that he did. And so I deleted that reaction. I deleted that IG live, even though they had crazy, crazy views. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. My morals, my integrity mean more to me than views and money, which I didn't make money off of that anyway because it's copyrighted. You know what I'm saying? So whatever.
Sorry, Mama Mesus just walked by.
Oh, you're good.
In her home attire.
It's okay. It's all right. All right. I'm shutting up. I promise. Okay.
We'll blur this side of the screen.
If you could rid the world of one thing, what would it be?
Exactly what we just talked about, pedophilia. I'm sure there's a lot of things, but I would.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Mine would be hate.
It's not a bad one.
It's so much you could say. You know,
I mean, it's on my shirt right here. Feed the love, starve the hate. So
I've had.
You already know. I agree with you.
What is your biggest goal for your life and your biggest goal for your career?
Biggest goal for my life is to point people to Jesus. Biggest goal for my career. I'll try to separate that for the sake of giving a different answer.
You don't have to. I mean, if that's your goal, that's your goal.
Well, it is, but I'll just give you like the artistic goal, you know, from like the career, just musical side of it.
Yeah.
It would be to use my music to inspire people to be great at like whatever they do. Like inspire people, just inspire people. Like if they want to be an artist, dope. If they want to, whatever they do, I just inspire them. Just be a good, positive, like inspirational impact in their day, in some way, shape, or form, or in their life. Like that's my goal, career wise.
Yeah.
But obviously, the ultimate inspiration I feel like I can give someone is to point them to Christ. So they still go hand in hand, but yeah. Like if you take my faith out of the equation for a second, and just a career goal would be like, yeah, like that'd be dope to just inspire people, because music, there's like art, like inspire people the way some of the artists that I listed earlier did for me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that would be the ultimate goal, is to be watch some interview, some artist 20 years from now and be like, man, Mesus. I'll be like, dang, bro, that's crazy. You know, like that's kind of, I think, the ultimate success, if you can inspire other people to be successful. And so to me, that's from a career perspective, that's, you know, but obviously, I mean, my name is Mesus, so obviously it goes without saying, like the ultimate goal is, you know, already kind of blatantly obvious what I want to
do. What is the biggest piece of advice you'd give to someone wanting to start a YouTube channel and or music career?
Be yourself.
That's mine. Be real. Be real. Be you.
Be yourself.
No matter what. No matter how big you get.
Yeah. And if you want like a little bit expanded, be yourself. Work hard.
Yep.
Be consistent. And
show appreciation to your supporters.
Absolutely. But and constantly surround yourself with people that are better at what you want to grow in. Then you constantly surround yourself with, so be yourself, surround yourself with people that are better than what yourself is, you know, so that are going to be real with you. Work hard and be consistent.
Yeah. You don't want to be someone who only surrounds yourself with a bunch of yes men. You're just setting yourself up for failure.
Absolutely. And that's what causes people to fail. That's what causes people to fail, because they eventually, that you become so successful that people just want to ride coattails and be a part of it. Well, people want to, it happens actually really, people don't even realize it happens, because when they get so successful, they don't even realize that people start sliding in, that, you know, because if you're a nice person, you just kind of a good moral person, you kind of assume people have good morals, you know, so you don't assume the worst. You don't think this about people. And then what happens, that people of bad character
take advantage of you.
Take advantage. And I know people, unfortunately, I'm not gonna whatever, but I know people that I definitely, unfortunately, are in positions where now they have some yes men around them, and you know, you can see it. You know, you can see.
I do too.
Yeah, and so it's just unfortunate because it's just bad when you got. That's why I that's why a lot of artists, like we were talking about earlier, I'm very raw and real with a lot of the dudes that we were talking about earlier, and I think that's another reason why they don't. I don't kiss their ass or nothing. You know what I mean? Like
that's the thing too. It's like
Burden loves me because I'll tell him straight up, like, bro, that part is whack as shit, dog. You better delete that shit, and he'll tell me the same thing. And that's why we, we build each other up.
And see, I've had experiences where I was just, my soul and heart was just crushed in two because this person absolutely acted like they just loved me and we were friends, and but that was as long as I was. Every time I reacted, I was like, yeah, this is the shit, fuck yeah, hell yeah, holy mother, and stuff like that, but then there was one song and I kept it 100% real, and they didn't even get like a bad score. And I did my tier list very thoroughly. I didn't just say, oh, this person's a goat, this person's this. I did it in a point system, and I let the points put the people in the tiers. You know what I'm saying? And because I said that particular song, I didn't rock with it, and then the tier list wasn't to their satisfaction. Now they don't speak to me, and I'm nothing.
Yeah. No.
And then another person, same thing. Both of these people, I have playlists on my channel full of reactions dedicated to them and their music, just like I do for you. And, all for free. You know what I'm saying? They didn't pay me to react or nothing like that. And then the other person who I thought also was a friend, I guess the only thing I can think of, because they were adult enough to come and talk to me about it, they just unfollowed me everywhere and quit speaking to me out of nowhere. The only thing I can think of is they weren't happy about my tier list. That's the only thing I can think of, because I hadn't done anything. And all I do is try to show love and support to people all the fucking time.
Yeah.
So, and it really hurt, but I learned.
Well, go watch.
Valuable lessons.
Go watch Bronx Tale, my favorite movie. Go watch it. It's one of my favorite.
I will.
One of my favorite lessons, though. There's a lot of lessons in that movie. It's very, very good movie. But one of my favorite lessons in that movie, there's a guy that owes one of the main characters money, and he keeps seeing him around town, and eventually this other guy, one of the other main characters, sees him kind of chasing the dude down, and he like stops. He's like, "What are you doing? Like, why you, And he's like, "Oh, he owes me money." And he's like, "How much does he owe you?" And he's like, "Oh, he owes me $20 or something like that, And he's like $20. He's out of your life for $20. He's a piece of shit. He's gonna dodge you over $20. He's a piece of shit. He's like, you don't want him in your life. You got off easy. You got off easy. I love that. Like he's like, you got off easy. You got that piece of shit out of your life for $20. So it's like the lesson is like, some people are just not supposed to stay in your life. They're not meant to be in your life, and I think sometimes God gives us, we get off easy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? We're like, in our mind, we're like you said, like, because a tear, I didn't, and you should be like, man, if that person's that petty, then I really don't want a person like that in my life, you know, like, anyways, you know, if I'm just being completely honest, like, this shit, nothing, not even vengeful, not, you know what I mean? Not like, not spiteful, like, just like, yo, if that's really how you are, like, it's probably good you're not in my life. And I got off easy instead of like some really, really crazy shit that could have happened that someone that's maybe you're capable of, you're that petty or whatever, you know what I mean?
Public service announcement to everyone out there. If you don't want real reactions and real feedback, I am not the channel for you, because I am not, nor will never be, a yes man. Ever. No matter how close we are. Okay. If you could go back in time and tell your younger self one thing, what would it be?
I thought about that little kid with the basketball. Trust your gut, don't follow the crowd.
Yeah, that's a good one. And then last question. Woo! Do you have any announcements or shout outs you would like to make?
Any announcements? I think I pretty much said everything. My music is gonna be no, I don't. No major announcements. Shout outs.
You got that song with High Res.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. Well, I don't even know when that's gonna drop. Like, I don't want to be like.
What's it called?
Starve the Hate.
Starve the Hate.
Yeah. Shout outs. I would just say shout out to Burden. Shout out to Rez. I mean, I'm really just shout out shout out to obviously Adam. Shout out to Bryson. Shout out to a lot of people. Here's an artist that people might not know. Swag, Young Swag. If you're not familiar,
I love Young Swag, and I have reacted to him.
Yeah, he. I got a lot of respect for that young man. So shout out to him for sure. Shout out to Jimmy. Shout out to man. I know I'm forgetting people, you know, but I'm just kind of trying to shout out artists that have you know, shown me some love and put me out there. But shout out to all the reactors that, you know, show me love. And announcements, like I said, really just I got a couple more albums. I got FU2 and Raptivist. And I'm gonna be making some pretty big changes in the year to come with the way that I do things, all good changes, but just much more, I think, organized and structured and consistent. So I'm learning, like, the advice that I said I would give people, you know, being myself, which I'm absolutely doing my best to do. But then, you know, the be consistent. I work hard, I absolutely do that. But the consistency thing is something, and I surround myself with people that I would consider. I think Rez is one of the best rappers on the planet.
And humans.
Human for sure too.
He's a great person. Yeah. I don't like know him, but he's shown me love.
Yeah, no, he's a great dude.
And I love the fact, just like with you, he stands up for what he believes in and does not care what people think. I love that about people.
Burden on the same, just to inject, Burden is the same type of dude, and you know,
Yeah.
artist. He's showing me a ton of love.
I want to shout you out because number one, you always show me love on almost every single time I react to your music. You always make time to comment on most of them, which means a whole lot.
Just know a lot of the time my wife is watching stuff and I'm right next to her too. So a lot of times if she comments, just know that's just as much me, just so you know. I want you to know that.
Yeah. And I want you to know there's several people on this platform that inspire me. You are one of them. When I wrote down my list of people that I wanted to interview, I wrote down 15 people, and it was my top 15 inspirations, on this platform.
Look at that. So I'm already starting to accomplish that thing I wanted to do. So thank you.
So
I already told you how much that means to me.
So what do you mean?
Inspire people.
Well, you've been inspiring me. You've watched my reactions where I've cried and
Amen.
And I get mad and say, why do people sleep on you? And it makes me upset to see such talent and people I just don't understand. And when I started my channel, I made a vow to myself and to God that no matter what, I would always stay real and stay me, good, bad, and ugly, no matter what. And as I grew and started to learn YouTube and the community and how it works, and see people grow, and then not everybody, but some people, once they grow and grow and grow, and then they get into the bigger numbers, they start to change, And when I started seeing that, I made another vow to myself and God that I would never be like that. That even if by some chance I ever make it to say 100,000 subscribers, I will still take time to show the smaller independent artists love and support. I don't care if they have 100 subscribers, 100,000, or 1 million. It does not matter to me, because every single person on this platform started with one subscriber. Every single person. And I think people tend to forget that once they get to a certain level. Not everybody, but some people.
Well,
and
not only that, but I just told you how quick somebody can go from. I mean, look at Loza. You know, Loza, the Let's Go Brandon, right? Yep. Dude had. He basically grew over 100,000 subs since that song.
Yep.
His Spotify numbers have gone insane. Now imagine if, and I'm not saying this happened, but imagine you're, and I'm not saying this to change your perspective or what, either way, but imagine if, say he hit somebody up, right? Someone who has a considerably significant larger follower, especially than when he had before. And he's like, yo, I got this crazy idea for a song. I'm not talking about the Let's Go Brand one, just something else. And they look at his following or whatever, and they're like, nah, I'm cool. You know what I mean? Because he only had 30,000 or whatever subs. He only had, probably, I think he only had this is crazy. He only had probably 15,000 or so Spotify listeners. And then it went, he's over 600,000-700,000 or something. Just So it's just crazy. That's the thing, is like what you said, you're absolutely right. People forget that, you know, they started from nowhere. And what they also forget is how powerful the internet is and how quick somebody could be nobody this morning and the man by noon.
Yeah.
You know, like people forget that. And that's why it's like, that's not, now you shouldn't think like that in like that kind of way, but it's like you're a dumbass if you don't keep that in mind too, and treat people, be a little humble is my point, and like realize not only you know, like people could be one song away from just, you know, or one, in your case, one reaction or one whatever the case may be. And so yeah, humility, you know, like they say.
Crip told me at the cookout, you know, we were talking, it was a bunch of us there, you know, and I was asking questions about like likes and dislikes, and do dislikes hurt your channel and that kind of stuff. And they're like, nope, YouTube looks at it the same. It's all engagement, blah, blah, blah.
Really?
And yeah, and Crip said to me, he said, all it takes is one video, you know, and he said, you just got to remember, all it takes is one video, you know, and you never know. You just never know, you know.
Yeah, and you just got to just stay hard work and consistent, and you know, and some people it's you know, a couple followers or a couple. Some people grow and, you know, just kind of the steady upward hill climb, and it's just gonna always kind of be that growth. And then some people, mine's been more like this. Mine's been like, and then just
yeah.
And then mine's been like more like that, and that's what I mean by like I'm really trying to get more to where I'm actually, I'd be happier, because here's what happens. A lot of these growths are songs that are kind of create fair weather fans.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like that, you know, because like I would rather have less fans with more engagement that really mess with me than like, oh, he's got however many subs, but like, you know, I'd way rather, because like NF, for instance, NF on the grand scheme of like the mainstream, they're gonna look, he's not like, you know, he's not like this huge artist, but he kills them.
He's amazing.
He kills them in numbers, because every fan he has is a stan, you know.
Oh,
like
man,
every fan he has, you know, he's got that die-hard cult like, and that's what I mean is like, and you get those
just like Eminem.
Yeah, you get those followings, in my opinion, not because you make these crazy shock value, controversial blips or what, not because of those. You get those kind of fans because you just consistently, literally make the same song over and over and over, and you find a different way to say it over and over and over and over, and you just drill that that's who you are into people until they finally believe you, and not that he's being fake. I'm just saying, like, one song, people aren't gonna be a fan. 2 songs, people aren't. But you give people 2 albums now, 3 albums now, and that's he's been ridiculously consistent, and that's what it really boils down to. Is you just be raw and authentic and genuine, and of course talent and originality.
I think, you know, relatability is huge.
Yeah,
being relatable. And somebody, it was Cat Williams. He did an interview with Fat Joe, and it was one of the most amazing interviews I've ever watched. Cat Williams said, and of course he was applying it to comedy, but it applies, I believe, to music as well. He said, your life is your content. And as long as you remember that and you stay true to that, you will succeed.
Yep. Amen. Yeah. No, it's and that's what I'm trying. The thing is, I didn't intentionally make anything shocking. I genuinely didn't. I'm not the dude that sits down and like brainstorms like what's gonna like get a lot of attention.
Oh,
What's
I
gonna
don't either.
shock
I
me?
write whatever's on my heart.
Yeah, I developed this following of people, whatever you want to call it, that's what's most important to them. It's not me. It's they became a quote fan or whatever of like shock me. I want you to go and bump Dear Rap. I genuinely, it's like, okay,
Substance.
I
Real,
want people to
authentic self.
rock with me. And it's not that I was being fake in any of the other content or anything like
No.
that. It's just that I understand it's like, okay, you guys rock more with the message than you do with the messenger.
Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to talk to me for so long. It's so funny because I call it an hour with April G. Showers, but not one of my interviews has been just an hour. Not one.
I saw that. I saw the first
Not
one with Crip. Not the first one, but I saw the one with Crip. It was hour and a half. I was
Script
like, well,
was the second one. Script work was almost 2 hours. Crip was an hour and a half, and ours was like 4 or 5. I don't know. Well, all right. Thank you so much, and I'm sorry I talked your head off.
No, you're good. It's all good. No, it's all good. It was good to like officially,
have a conversation.
Do something like this. So, it was long overdue. That's all. That's why we had such a lot to talk about,
Yeah, we got to know each other a lot better. And
absolutely.
Tell Miss Mesus hello and thank her and love her too.
Sorry. So I'm trying to get Mama Mia. She keeps kicking me because she's in bed and she's kicking me. So I'm trying to get her to kick me.
Bye, bro.
Bye. The link to Mesus's channel is in the description box. Please be sure to click on that link. Go subscribe to Mesus if you're not subscribed already. Comment below y'all's thoughts. Please like this video on your way out. It's a lot more important than you think. Please subscribe to my channel. Again, don't forget to subscribe to Mesus. Thank you again, Mesus. And all right, y'all. April G.
Absolutely. I had a blast.
Squad. Fist bump. Love y'all. And we'll see y'all in just a little bit. Peace out.